in TikTok in kila mahali kele hii miten betutab rani mheshimiwa not nebo ward nebo Chemosot ward in Kericho County kimwa kole hii but where ano yoton karibu sana jidab Kalenjin amache kebe twan kibagenge yekitau tetutioni en gotab ga television pick tugul chemiten county nebo Kericho county tugul chebo Rift Valley Imani ako ematunekab sangi amache alenjo karibu sana kimiten live in Facebook kimiten live in TikTok kimiten live in YouTube not nebo gotab ga television nekimwa kele toletab Kalenjin so karibu sana yeking'alalen akobo development agenda not nekikosuldaen mheshimiwa en komosto not nebo wardinyin ak county komugul ak kebeberta noton missing ko not nebo kwonyik sikeker kele kokikochi kwonyik akichek boroindo nebo kandoinatet en kasarta age tugul so amache atach ngot missing amache akoib boroindo kotaachech en betutab rani kokatak akomwa kainet kityo ki asiketestai karibu sana mheshimiwa ikat bororietab Kalenjin chekerech
asante sana na nasoma katak bororietab Kalenjin ale chamgei en kainutik kyuk kekurenan ANITA BYEGON MCA neyobu warditab Chemosot in Bureti constituency Kericho County. Ako abaibai kot missing en betut nebo raini mi en gotab ka TV station asikeng'ololjinen akemwa ng'al chetoretech ak chetechech koki Kericho County and especially ward now represented nebo Chemosot. Kongoi missing.
Karibu sana mheshimiwa en betutab raini. Good introduction. I think mara ye mwalimu ne ananenga amungeze bene instructions komie agoin karibu sana mheshimiwa en betutab rani amune warditab Chemosot amune Kericho County at large amune the Green Town
asante sana kimi komie warditab Chemosot so far kimuche nekemwa kele kikilege especially en boisiet nekikonon meng'ikab Chemosot ward akokona nafas a representen anaboisiechi en kenyisiek mut ko amuche amwa ale kikebwan komie ak ketesetai en boisionik chechang ak tetutik chechang chekikakimwa kele kikose takibit walet ak kikose takiyai tugun chechang ak keker sobet kokawalak akot en bikyok en Chemosot ward. Kericho keteb kora ile amune Kericho the Green County angen ale biik chechang kongen Kericho ele kokebunu as a county government mi tingoik cheki kenyor tingoik mabete tingoik en kandoinatet lakini amache amwa ale where we are today kimuche kemwa kele kokenyoru some stability kidogo nemuche ana nemuche kotoretech even as leaders keom keyai boisionik akitimizan tuguk chechang chekikakimwoi wananchi kele tuguk chekimoche keyai kochu ak ele kimoche kimut akoi ro as much as kikebunu challenges chetakemwoe en tayon kemwoe kele at this point where we are in 2026 kekere kotesetai tetutik chechang ak panganutik chechang en wardishek cheterter en Kericho County.
Now mheshimiwa kasuldaetab boisionik en wardit nebo Chemosot ko angen ale kiri as the first experience nebo leadership as a member of county assembly ko mongen ale une experience nengung in the 4 years chekokeyobu nguni une experience nebo boisiengung en Chemosot.
Asante sana amuche amwa ale kandoinatet ko moroisi lakini kit agenge ne every other day kokonon akilge ko amun en maket ak tuguk chechang ak ityinet ak kosyinet ne kikikosyin ak biik en wardinyun ak kiyonjine kele ongebe tugul ako chang tuguk chekingetete abwoti kinosome boisiet en 2021-2022 ko kinawe ak ketobote ak ikas the issues in every village ak tuguk chemokyingei biik ko kikolenji oyokton akere amuchi ayai akere amuchi atet tuguchu ko in some years to come ko kakobit a very good platform nebo tuguk chekikemach en kasarta nekoi ako boisiet mara nekitinye as ana boisienyon as members of county assembly netai kemwoe kele ki representani the people. Our big role number one is representation. Nebo oeng kora ketinye boisiet neo nebo oversight. Ak ketinye kora boisiet nebo keundan sheria kekuren legislation, legislative. So en tuguchon somok ko initobote as a member of county assembly inoe ile itono boisienyun ako ng'o neyoche keboisien asamuch atimizan tuguchu amun ngemwa kele our role is to represent our people. Ko ingetobot ak biik akemwa kele kimoche keyai chu Mheshimiwa priorities chechok as ward ko beek, ortinwek, sipitali, those are the things we come together. Tamge kine public participation.
Yes.
Abwati kingo kakichut na kakinam boisioni in 2022 ko kineta ko pen up with a plan kikuren CIDP.
Yes.
It's a 5-year plan. No tobotos ya kole what do we want to achieve in this ward in 5 years, for example. Kebwan tugul age kine kibare public participation.
Yes.
Where we are able to plan for 5 years. But as we plan for 5 years, ke reduce it to give ADP, that you do now an annual development plan.
Yes.
That you're able to say, from all these plans we have for 5 years, what do we now do in year 1? Nenegea ingenyita boying, nenegea in somo, kut kimuch kitimizan tuguchu kakemwa tugul en kenyisiek mut. Ako kin nebo kwonget kora ko anan kebangan tuguk kenyisiek mut, komotar kora tugul because kekere kingebongoni ko kianan kemwowon ortinwek chekor kotebote ko naker ko ortinwek koite bokol oeng chemai keyai. Then sometimes you know that itebengei ile yes en chu tugul chu kakoko meng'ikab ward ni ainon ne priority. Then you go back again akele ikeyany en chon kakimwa tugul ainon non kakoromit ainon nemuche komong bikyok, for example ngot ko infrastructure. Amun tamonete bikyok kole ngot kemoche keachiven kebaibaikitun akele en the infrastructure nekokinde in place. What is the benefit yon kachobun barabara, for example? Abokora ko ngetobot ak bikyok koleini kokichob oret kabisa nekararan. Ngwai ne nekonyo kobun oranoton asikeker faida nebo oranon kokichob. Ne karit nekonyo ra akoi kokweng'ung ng'wenyun oinet yun komatam koitu karit konyo koibu kotugun asikomi faida nebo infrastructure. So it has kikeib nafas ke challenge ak bikyok kabisa aleini ama ngeyai ki ko koron kaitu imwoyon ile Mheshimiwa oranon koichob ko kitam atinye chego lakini kimoitu ot karit kosor. Kitam komi mainik lakini kimomi ele amondoe tuguk chemi minutik kyuk chemi mbar. So those are some of the things sometimes I want to relate with, and as ko kandoindenywan kotam aleini matongeyai kityo if we talk about infrastructure. Amun angen ale it also anan ibe budget ai ki nekakimoe keyai age tugul komoche rabisiek. Ako angen ale where we sit and ile kimi ko ki Kericho County ko mi ki nekekuren revenue. Nangen ale taketinye kora at some point. Amun sikomugak maendeleo age tugul komuka koyai ki age tugul county government komi ki nekekuren kakiyum aisurut anan kakiyum rabisiek amun choniton chetoretech kimuch keyai boisionik chechang chemokyingei biik kyok keyai. Ako kingeitu en 2022 abwati ko kikistruggleni kabisa okot kemiten our targets. Amun ngeyai budget raini kemwoe kele kimoe keyai developments chebo worth this much. Nangele kimoe keyai boisionik chebo worth 1 billion, for example. Ngot ko kakinde kele kiyai boisionik chebo worth this much ako makiyum rabisiek choton. Komi kinda among'u ale takoite keng'alalen kora nekibore pending bills. Anan keyai boisionik koyai biik boisionik contractors ak koron komakimuch kelian. Akot kelipan amun makiityi kayumet nebo rabisiek chekimuche keyai boisionoton. So kamwoe kityo kwa ufupi ole boisiet nekitinye as MCAs ko non kakile kirepresenteni bikyok. Ng'alek chekotindoi bikyok chemokyingei keyai ko noton nekakiyokwech kinyoketet tugul en bunge nebo county assembly akele tuguk chekimoche keyai chu. Yekaketet kora kebwan kit nekikuren kechobe budget. Amun makoi keyai kit anan makoi konyo koyaun kit executive arm of government kokomende rabisiek. Amun anan iwendote kabisa omi ak biik kole Mheshimiwa katakimoe ni. Lakini kotam abwotini ale ngwany korong kikakikonu kepangan kele tun keyoe anan kakibwat raini. Amun ko kakibwate raini kele kimae sipitalit en yu. Ko kabwatanon ko the first step. Lakini the entire process kobune mpaka budgetary allocation asikomuch koyak. Anan kele ra kimache ngalekab beek for example. Ma ngalalen beek kora amun where we sit anan in devolved units ko boisiet nekingetchi county government. Ko ngalekab beek. Ogo ini wen anan iger tama geren constituencies chekitinye within Kericho County aga ilabunu Bureti. Abunu Bureti constituency. Ele taketinye a real challenge when it comes to ngalekab beek. Amune samwa le taketinye challenge ketinye a unit ne handle ngalekab beek nekikuren Kewasco for example nenyon en Kericho County. Ne ni sip kora kitebile operate ndono Kewasco. Kotinye the different units kora che operate ne like ngemi Bureti ketinye beek chekilelen yobu komostab Itare che initially beek choto ko kiyoche kotoretech anan ko supplyen the entire Bureti ak beek. Lakini ndetebe raini ile tian beek chekenyoru kotomo keit to the level na amuche ale mi beek tabit every other day. Mostly the design amun kasi nekokeyai for the last 3 years akotomo keitite laguren to keiku satisfied. Ko the design nekibo Itare initially ko kikakidesignen kenyisiek choto kasartab professor kasarta nekakoloit ko the design nekibo Itare ko kibo population nekibo kasarata. Lakini kimaki anticipaten the growth nebo kenyisiek chekimi nguni. Ne ninyoru nguni mara beek chekinyoru per day ngele kamun ngemi Itare kemi ak Bomet County. So bechu ke tugul Bomet County ak Kericho lakini partly ketienge Bureti. Ago niger the literage and the amount of water we get on a daily basis. Kumayamogot kele kanaka Chemosot, kanaka Kisiara ward, kanaka the 7 wards chekitinye within the constituency. And angoit kelenje kai raini komuch ko coveren kityo the Litein maybe a Kapkatet kidogo. Meaning it is still anataka ko gazi ne ache keachin an investment even as a county. Angamache amago ngoi for the effort. So far ne kogindas Kericho County government dandanga mwale to mageityi elegilelen mi beek tabishek throughout. Like a very good example nebo beek chemi duka moja in Kericho wote ko kakiitu in 2022 the first project nekinyo launchen president enyon in 2023 was beek chemi duka moja. Che inimi nguni Kericho ko kinemi kityo ko mara last mile pipes amun mabekwo kot beek choto tomot ko miten ko even halfway kele kakorarunot beek en duka moja kotor komakyige kotakecheng beek alak. So I would speak angalalen Bureti saiti amun it is still a challenge nekitindoi. Ako naamua kwa amun kami Itare man kokitegemenen asiko solven which issue nebo beek en Bureti. Ko kiketebote anan kitebote kot serikali nekibo the last regime. Ako ger kole kilyonen asikimuch ke boosten production kango matakomuch Itare for example ko toretech konyo kito project na otinye en ward nyu nekibare Kipkobo water project ne mongen ko kiogas ana mara ngolyo ne takekose ko amun it is a project ne kako stolen for so many years komakimuch ke completed because katinye kora challenge nebo financial gibit because the ravishek ana chekikimokyin sikimuch ke birbechu koit ke ai tamamwale mungo beekab oinet koite kora kemokyige anan ite ke chop treatment plant nekilelen ki treatene beek choto amun beekab oinet no chebo Kipkobo. So angen ale taketinye challenge kokingololoin as leadership nebo Bureti MCA zakelenjinige kakoyamge ketakibwat kele kinamono amun ndenyone Bureti raini akiteb ile ne kit neu ne takemokyinige kaiwech ko nekit matebe chi ortinwek saiti kitebe beek. Because it is beek ko ka holden ana katonosit boisionik chechang chekamuche koyai chito en korenyin. Amuche korib teta ako cheng tongiloishek koimuche komeinso en imbar ako cheng tongiloishek. So angen ale koib nafas neo en yoniton lakini komoche atiny soiti ale ne boisiet neketinye as members of county assembly ko kakirepresenten bikyok en tuguk cheu choniton kebwan kora keker kele ne sheria cheyoche kechop as kokibunge chemuche kora koprotecten bikyok ak kotoret county government komuch koyai boisienywan. Kitinye nombo oversight role,
yes.
Which is a big role ne yo meyai oversight koi member nebo county assembly anan koi MCA inyoru ko chang tuguk chemuch komayak en wardingung amun memuch ilianen isib okot kit nekoketet amun tetet kamwa ale echek cheketete ak inde budget lakini chito nekikuren neimplementeni ko the executive arm of government,
yes.
Which the executive komi governor ak CCs chechik ak CEOs chekasinywan any ko kosib kole en chemosot ko kokinde kele barabaroshek chekiyoe en budget ni ko somok kakiyai kaimplementen ko konde anan ko kakitet kele mi ainet anan mi beek chekemoe kebir anan kimoe kebal beek kakiyai ko angen ale it's a big role ne sometimes ketebengei anan koit raya koteb kole tom keyai ni mheshimiwa ko where you sit as MCA ko anan ko uit kobesio akot biik kole chito ne implementeni koteri ak nekolyonen ak because memuche ibangan MCA ak iyai lakini abakora ko nomi ak raya kongen kole kazingung noto tugul iyai amune sitom iyai barabaret ko nan ibare ile achicha ofisit neyoe ko nebo roads ko tomo ko mata clear lakini tam kemwoe kesi nafas ko keom kiarorun kele our role is to oversight amu ngotiku neyoe ko memuche i-oversight nke amun oversight ko imuchi iker ile kayak boisiet ne noton lakini ngot kiiku nekenyon ak kekonin rabisiek kora kele uyai oret MCA ako at the same time kokimoe iyai oversight ile kayak oret ko of course one thing will fail so our role ko kikele nangi sticken to making sure that we do our 100% oversight role kele en rabisiek chekokokinde barabara 200 million
yes
kokiyai barabarosiek choto 200 million en 200 million kot ko kakipcheate 10 million as an MCA kasinyun ko aker ale 10 million chekikokinde chebo chemosot ko kaitita kakiboisien to the last coin
yes
kot ko koyoche ayai sipitali ko kakicomplete a project to the last coin then angen ale kor inomi ak bikyuk ko boiboi kole kokeker boisiet nekotestai en wardit ko boisionoto sikotestai ko ka play my oversight role asib ale koi rabisiek wardit chekonyolu koit as an MCA. Yes.
Wow, chitab Kalenjin, a very good explanation not nebo overview nebo boisiet not nebo member county assembly ak missing ko kansultaetab boisionik chebo mheshimiwa Anita Byegone. Nenendet ko member tab county assembly nebo Chemosot nemiten Bureti sub county and county nebo Kericho. Ako kakone komie boisiet noton nebo MCAs. Amangwara kasitab Kalenjin en betutab rani. Now, mheshimiwa, amache ketaunen kekemwa oron ile boisiet netai noton nebo MCA ko representation. Une tiliandi ngung yang nalinye most limited ground. Une tiliandi ngung en kasarta nemokyingei biikab Chemosot ward koker kole kakikas magutikwak en kasarta age tugul.
Asante sana. Kemwa komie ile angen ale omi ak big ground amun kot komi kit nekoranetkei en kasarta neko kwas ayai boisioni bo emet maybe batai olin ko kyoe boisiet age ne mara kimo engagenen biik on a day to day basis lakini kot komi ki ne kianetkei for kongeten kingechut office in 2022 August so aiten ale from 2023 24 25 3 years chekokibur ak bikyuk ko ngot komi ki ne kianetengei ak anai ale samuch akot atatestai ak atayai tugun korong kwayai kit nekibare open door policy ne ngobwat kichi kole katakiyai ngobwat ki kokwet kole katakimwa ko kialei inai available siketoboten tugul ak ketet kele kilyonen amun anan komi tuguk chebwote biik alak chemuch kosorwei tugul akot apart from wardit komuche kotoret chito age lakini yon mosich a platform neimuchi kong'alalen ko korong ko kit nekikefailenen as leaders. So mi kit nekakatinyole, mi kit nekebare public participation. Ne public participation ni kotam keyae as county assembly ako mi kasarta kora nenyokoyae komostab executive government. Ogo ndewendi raini yon mi public participation. So kotam acharibunani kabisa aker ale kamanda korong ng'olyot kokas biik kyuk kole kiyae public participation en venue nekile ogo kimakyeige. Amun iniitete public participation ak itobote yon kibongoni boisiet ak ikas iyebit tuguk chemoche biik koyai. Ko korong ko kotoretin koron ngelelen komi rabisiek cheten kole che keallocateni in every department kotor itobotosi MCA ak inai ile amache anyosom kinyigis komostab ECD for example, kinyigis komostab infrastructure amun kotiengei ak ebetab biik nekwaib chiit biik kyuk kototinye tabu en komose for example. So kit nekia anan nafas anan koshinet nekikikoi ak biik kyuk ko korong abit anan itobatosi kobirun kokwet fulani anan kirubit fulani kole mheshimiwa kokimoche kenyoru. Ko inikoche nafas ak ile obwan ketoboten ami office betut nekile obwa sait nekile anan komi ele kile obwan ketoboten en yu akas ko kiaker ko kikotoreton amun mi tuguk chanan otobote akobit solution nguni. Ko mi tuguk chanan otobote ak ile ye kotoman lakini nanoib osipto ketuyen ak department nekobo beek for example. Amun amache ako example nebo beek ninyon warditab Chemosot ko kinoker ale kauit niketokekonye bechu kekonye chu yobu itare kakouit tomo kenyor rabisiek chemokyingei nguni almost 150 million beekab kipkobob sikele kake complete treatment ak mara distribution. Ale nan ketoboten ak biik kyuk ak keker kele apart from bechu ainosiek chu echen ne kit nekimuche keyai in a small way ak budget nekotinye neming'in kot kinam kisipte beek ketobote ak kekur engineers ak kinyokimut kiborchi ainosiek cheterter ak kele mi ainet nemi yu nemwoe boisiek kole kong'eten kingesechech komi bechu. Ale engineers obwan osesen ak koker ole tot koyam kiyum bechu ak kebirte ak solarization kotor koit tuyan ele muche konyor biik. Konyokoker engineers abwoti keyae the first project en Kabartegan location ko kimi beek chekikayum sukul chetam koboisien Kabartegan high school. Ko ikaw first trial or pilot project nekikimach kenai kele possible okot kisiptechin biik bechu. Ko kingonyokoker engineer kole yome bechu ngecheng kityo storage ak keyai kouni. Lakini the initiative ko kiyobu the community. So kingokakoik successful noto ak kisipte ak keker kele bakakoyum iman beek en tankisiek kiyum bechu en tankisiek ak kinam ot kikoite paipusiek kochut kokwotinwek. Then keleige what if we replicate this same water project in other areas. Kondeitu nguni wadinyun inyoru we are on the third community project nekinyoru beek chechang chemi ainet changutu lakini kakiyum bechuton ak kisipte to a higher ground nekimuche kele bendi gravity. Ne maybe asome ale en betusiek chemi tai amun kokindoi amut solars and other project nemi Ketarwet location ne en somenyon ak panganenyon ak the engineers ko koyam koserven the entire region and the lower areas en ele komi bechu amun bechu ngiyum ak kebir to a raised tank ko by gravity komuche konyor biik and households cheyome okot kotakoyai boisionik chechang.
Now, is this project funded by your office and kyoyai public participation? Kyoyai public participation ako funded office ngung?
So most of this project andai in budget. Amun inyoru every year kenyoru allocation in every sector. In water ngunon ko mara kakile kakinyoru 7 million.
Yes.
Anan otile nanoteshi konye 10 million. Amu mara kwama ta en barabara o kaya en beek I balance noti ako ng'alal ak department ak ilelewon akere makorom komostab health nekit sipitalisiek ko kokituyan kit kityo nekiborchinigei ko kerichek ak ne lakini mi komie the infrastructure na nabos 2 million en yu ak oteshi beek for example. So ko kor kenyoru rabisiek chekayam inyon iyum beek ak isolarizen ko agora mi project ana mi funding nekekuren Flocker. It's a World Bank funded project. Ne kwakere kora kokoi keljin akot in counties chechok amun in last financial year nekobekwen Chemosot ko kikonyoru a Flocker project nekibo 16 million. Ne ninyon nguni location nekibare Chemosot location atinye 4 locations in my ward. Ko kia dedicate in that project ale ngo serven this location amun kitinye beek cheki tam konyo ko toche kityo ako koiben pikipikishek but en oinet lakini ndeite nguni yoto ikere a very great improvement amun kakimongu beek en oinet akeibu kobwa level ne kokimuch nguni kisipten ako that was a very good project lakini konyoru under a different funding ne kokosipto kora ne the projects cheko kitinye en ward ko angen ale kokere okot plan nebo this year en Flocker project ko many other wards are also benefiting on the same ko last financial year ko kinyor mara wardishek mutu to mara taman this other year ko bendi kora another maybe 10 wards ayani ale in 30 wards chekitinye Kericho County ko with time ko they'll also benefit from this funding che ko authority kora ako kine kararan kora ko focus en beek icheken na ninyoru kora ko mi komostab minutik mi komostab agriculture even cooperatives agere Kisiara ward ko kinanyoru beek ko kateki cooperative society ne nimi tulwet inyoru ko it is coming up ako tuguchu tugul ko kayum ana ko toretech within our communities ako cushionen the budget ne mara kama akotian in our wards. Yes.
Now, what is your mega project? Mostly nega senge na gile kiyo chipika Chemosot ward my mega project negi muchi ger kabisa komye ne igere ile tori tipika Chemosot ogi magongwe kabisa.
Pek. Ngot komiki apart from tamamu ale ortinwek kwa a continuous ni ai oret ko within a year or two goroba ropta no ne ko garoba no mutagoi ina ile within a year kemokyingene aketiga hore but kut komiki ne I encourage got my colleagues haleni let us focus on kongale gabe ni itanguni in the areas the 3 locations cheko konyor now this is the fourth one galen goginda mutsolas cheko konyor beek ni itita community ne toche chita beek MB kuma migi nekirogendoi so ngot komigi na muche apart from the many other things we've done ko water for me ko kinongen ole kako tachen oko kako yat ki en kokwonoto in fact I was in another village oin korateben ole ko boiboito nondos chitugul ale ngoko embe ale changa omwa tugul ngot komigi na amache agas ko biik ata che corona moger tuga engo amun ko inyoru ne be and I had about 4 or 5 hands che kande ut para and there is something good ne kagoib ne pig ni titanguni mi a farm ne ko kale oin will come and do some interview ne ko yai irrigation because of pig che kagiib che tangit korikta kole na bangange oin engemeut ngelele mami ngwek ko tinye chita ne kagoyom go irrigation so for me I would speak yes amuche amwa akobo ortinwek ninyon Chemosot ko nekit kage ele kimakoyatat ko kokeyat ele kimakoite biik o karit ko kokoit ko kimakoite kapchai nguni ko kokoit nitite there is a village en Kaminjeiwet ngweny kabisa a village nebo Kaminjeiwet but the lower zone nekin kasarta nekikowe ko kawendi akototi biik yu ko tebe ale une boisien kele angimache ibun ngwenyun mheshimiwa one wendi akelda amu mawendi karit ana ngot ko bahati ko bumbi pikipiki ko mielete che pikipiki kila lakini kimache ibun ngwenyun it was about a 2.3 kilometer stretch
so ti mention ortinwek che ingen ile kikoromen kabisa lakini ko yata
yes so agenge ko niton punne ngweny kibare Masombo ba village in Kaminjeiwet kele mheshimiwa kimache ibun akiger tabun netinye biik che ibu chai kongete ngwenyun almost 2 kilometer kotor koit parakyat chumi banda I went round akale nana wageldo agilge akana wageldo asakasa nyole ndokoteshi chai patai koto koune so I did that Apart from that, ko en areas choto komi biik che bendi hospitali. Chema komuche koba kelyek kou ane nekamuche alia. But I saw the pain. Akalenji okona nafas aba okilgei kochut budget orani asenyo kechop. And when I did that and I got through akanyasom ale executive okoine one priority barabarani. Aino kokole amami kit age nekemache kekime kityo nyokelenji ngongoi mheshimiwa koyai kit ne kikekany en kenyisiek chechang since independence akeselele mi oret ru. Lakini you were able to do it.
Yes.
Ako manon kityo. Now it has opened up tugukwak. Kou cho kakimwa kele chaik aba kora ne bikyok ko boisiet neyoe neo koba kapchain. Ako maite karit nebo kapchain ele mami oret. Ako one of the painful thing ko inyoru man temindet komangu ak chaik kiloisiek chechang nia en ngwenyun kotokosu kochenge ele mi bandaisiek kwak. So that is one of the examples that I felt tamuni kibiro komwa kongoi kabisa kole komie iti goi priority orana mungi kisereti. Ame kora amwa village ne kikuren Takoben. This village ko kinawendi campaigns. During my campaigns ko kimeita karit, kimeto en getarwet karit ak kichut ak keldo kotoribe ityi bichoton. Kinoe ko mami kit age nekitam komwoe. Kimwoe ne tuguk oeng. Kimwoe oret ako mami stimet that village. Kole makingen kot kemi Kericho County en Eru. Kilole chemamanda. Nekamuch kwal sola cho mengech chon. Kole kotinye sola inyoru konde sola konde asista piyo sikor koimen kolal kosikosoman lo. Ako kine kiimon kabisa ko kinyo that village komiten transformer nekikiipchin en 2017-2018 lakini kinyoketerekta akeba. Kole ikere kouni ko ngot konamden en uritiet komenae lebune amun urot emet kabisa. Oret ko nito nekebunu Chepkilen. Bwate ko kochut kabisa the first work ana kingo kakelenje chekonu priority works in 2023 ko kiyayat that village. Amun kiongen ale maiku fair kabisa ata ayayat tot chombo maintenance kotomo ayotyi amun kitom kai kotieche machinit kokwonoto kole orani kerot kebunu ko kikitemo keunek. So that was my first thing kabisa ne kinomi elomi akongen ale bye biikab meng'ikab Takoben for me was something else.
Yes.
Ako up to date nitit at that village ko kinesomany nguni kityo kolelen kikonye stimet ay mheshimiwa. Moitewech en ele muche imwa kingen kele ma role nengung. Lakini ninyoru ofisi nani neyoche koibwech stimet. Imwochi na kora ilei lagokyok kotom kosich nafas kosoman ot koyai homework kokerkeit ak kokwotinwek alak amun takourot. And those are some of the things I know as leaders ko niitite kekerin ko ikondoindet netore tugul and you had ko ibe nafas kora iib ak inye tugun cheu chon ingen ile anosipto asiketoretkei. Amwa kora village nekibare Kapsangany. That village ko kina campaigneni ko ki one of those villages chengot komesibi itite asubuhi amuni kamwa ale sibi keitite asubuhi amun chang tugun yoto kabisa. Na amwa ale chang tuguk ko takomi uritiet because kiarongo kimakoyototin ortinwek matoite chi yoto takyoldo maiwek.
Yes.
En kokwonoto. Kinaitite ko kisomenywan kabisa ot biik chemenye yoto kolelen toretwek Kapsangany non oyat akot sikoba lagok sukul akot sikinet kele malasima kyalden tuguchu kimuche keyai boisiet age. Kingeat kibirwon chi oin koleon anan ot owe functions ko niitite ko anan kong'et agenge komwa kongoi en oret anan kong'et age kole ye koi kasit orani koyat mheshimiwa itu ra karisiek choechen akoi biik ko makanai inye ole karisiek cheechen cheitu kwachon kole kitu ra akoi biik kokoit chumbek konai ele kimenye. Ale kongoi kora amun kakenai kele sikanai serikali kole omi ako kakokonech access to infrastructure oitu. Lakini in general ko ndakilelen kereten where we are in ortinwek in ward nyu kotamalen biik we've done fairly enough. Quite a level ne kwalenige even these remaining 2 years 2026 ak 2027 kotakishiften our focus from ortinwek to now ketebenge kele kango kokechop oret kawalak sobet koitano ne kit ne kakiyai nany nemuche inyoru kelchin en gaa amun kakoyaun mheshimiwa oret amun kakoregun beek en kandoinatenyun ak en nafas nekikosom ko kitam aleini bikyuk kokonon nafas kekere ile kimuche kewalden kokaikai sobet. That was my major one. Kikola mai kokaikai sobet.
Mheshimiwa, ngemwa akobo percentage niker kasuldaetab boisionikuk en the years chekoimuch indochi biikab Chemosot Ward, ko how can you rate percentage nebo boisionik chekoisuldaen chekikeyomis ak nguni miten percentage netya?
I may not give a good percentage, lakini amache ale we are at least at 60%. Amache koiga 60%.
Yes.
Angenole, we still have 2 financial years. Netesetai nguni ak financial year nenome June 20, because among wale ingen how financial years anaeneleaito boisiet serikali kibendi June to June. So kimi nguni financial year nebo 25-26 niketore en June. Asiki amanyage nebo 26-27 nebegu June 2027. Ko angenole boisionik chetesetai nguni ak yengetu en 26-27 ko nekit kotokomi oret tamanawe nguni kokwet kolian tomo aranon agenge ale tomo non agenge ongen ale tomo agenge ako ongen ale tomo agenge en yu ongen akoborchini gen chuto chu konget keker kele kakisqueezen in, especially in the priority. We might muy ko makitar tugul amun tamabwati ale ndaki possible ketar boisionik tugul en kenyisiek 5 ko tot ngonyone chito amatinye kazi ne, lakini amun most of this work ko kamalo nekikichobe en 2023 ko kakitete ko koyam kelian kayam ko nekit kora kobuto keketyinge. So mi boisionik che continuous ako mi non kelelen ni yai raini neuni kobo beek ko ingen ile kai set off the pace ako tesetai. Yes.
Asante sana mheshimiwa. Niton ni chitab Kalenjin kemeten ak mheshimiwa Anita Byegon nene ko represent ni mengik chebo ward nebo Chemosot Ward nemiten Bureti sub county en county nebo Kericho. Ko ngana libike chang chisibite tutyoni ko ongen imban ngalek choton chekamwaen betutab rani kasuldaetab boisionik ortinwek barabarosiek ak kit age tugul netinyege ak beek basic needs choton chebo keker kele katoret ak biikab emet. Ako kitestai tugul chitab Kalenjin en kibagenge. Agere biik chang kiakomuch kobir simoisiek anale omoche oteben mheshimiwa nengwanget boisionik en kasarta age tugul. Ko nguni amache takeng'alal koron ak mheshimiwa kechute department noton nebo legislation and policy mheshimiwa. Ko anale miten laws chekioker ole kimuch ko kiyo createn ako imuch komawa komie en kasuldaetab boisionikwok. Which are the laws cheoker ole kitoret biikab emet akoyat met biik akotoret biik kabisa en kasarta nebo kandoinatengwa?
Asante. Na referen ole anan some of the laws anan bills chekokimuch akot ke petition en kasarta nekokitu amun some of these laws chekiboisien nguni ko mara kibo patayun lakini chekokeyai en kasarta nyon en kenyisiek chekokibur en bunge amache korong pongezan a youth bill nekokipetition recently.
Yes.
Noton ne en kasarta nekoi kotam ketebenge kele kimwoe kelelen miten share nebo vijana for example anan kele 30% koyoche ko en boisionik akot chukiyoe tugul chukakemwa kotam kemwoe kele koyoche ke consideren youth and women for example. Mi komosta nebo akot sirisiet nanan kelelen yon kisirisie komi ke consideration nebo percentage.
Yes.
Lakini kimakomi kii ne guideni implementation nebo that policy nekokile 30% needs to go to the youth.
Yes.
Akamache amwa kongo en county assembly nebo Kericho amun kikito draft bill ini okot en batayun en regime nekibo 2017-2022 lakini makimuch kipetition to law.
Yes.
Lakini kon keitu en kasarta nyon kimuch kipetition that youth policy nenguni komi ki ana mi ki ne goidenech ngemwa kele share nebo vijana komiano. Kitinye nguni anatinye nafas vijana nguni kokimi oin kikicelebraten in fact of a week or 2 weeks ago. Celebrating on that bill.
Yes.
Nekiamwaini vijana kingemi sunshine on that bill anagemwaini ke kongoi kele this has come to succeed. Lakini how is it in terms of implementation?
Yes.
Amuni everything else ends with implementation. Kimuche kebangan tetutik chekororon. Lakini ngomakimuch ke implementen to the latter. Kuma iku ki amun iku bui kartasit, iku bui kartasit ne Michelle vit ne mo giger anan top giger faida nenyi. So ama agoi pongezi the third assembly in korong approval ino po youth policy amun ongen ole kot kisib to the end ko kakonyor sauti nywan vijana ngomi kine ke age tugul komi board naba vijana nemi part of the decision making nebo ki age tugul in this county nebo Kericho ogo amangu ole Kericho county ko one of the few counties jimara ko komuch ko petition such a policy asiko cushionen vijana chechoge even in leadership again development records chemi in this county.
Now mheshimiwa miten bilishek koboto departments alak yoche kegusigong en kasarta nebo kasuldaetab boisionik ko imwa ile kiketiny vijana tos une kebeberta noto nebo wakina mama en kandoinatet basing the fact that miten kit nekemwa kelelen 2/3 gender role en boisionik miten ngalekab disability bills wanko tos kirogusigong aki kasuldaetab boisionik women empowerment missing ko you are an advocate not nebo in kina mama akandoinatet tos une kasuldaetab boisionik kwok en kasarta neotesetai ak boisiengwong en bunge nebo assembly.
Asante sana. Ketiny komosta ne komo sibunen kangemwa nebo youth bill. Mi kebeberta ne noto nebo 2/3 gender rule. Ne kikemwa ketienen ni wele kewe kemwa 2/3 gender rule. Okot ndeitu county assembly. The formation of a county assembly. Inyoru county assembly ketinye 47 MCAs.
Yes.
Out of 47 MCAs, ko elected ko 30 members. Among kitinye 30 wards.
Yes.
The 17 che nominated. Ke nominated ni kotienge ak amune ishek chechang mi tugun che kekere ko kinata ne kekere kabisa ko number 2/3 ingebwa ko kaketar elections kekere kele en biik che kokibirchi kura komi ana kokibirchi kura in terms of gender komostab kamatik kwata komostab murenik kwata asien yon tany kenai kele kiyoito ano top up gender kikoit kit nekebare top up nebo gender asikeyai top up nebo gender ko challenge nemi kange keyai elections ko makiachieve ne the 2/3 gender rule.
Yes.
Ako amache amwa kongo amun kibwat the Kenya government kole kekone nafasi noton ko kikamatik amun of the challenges che kingen kele taketinye in komostab women leadership. Andama ko example nebo Kericho. Example nebo Kericho County in 30 wards ko 29 ko murenik che kikibirchi kura. Kamet agenge ko nito ne kikibirchi kura en Kericho County. So ngemwa akobo 2/3 gender rule ko makiityi kot kwan kikure 0.9 no nito because one out of 30.
One out of 30, yes.
So kobit kiamba top up gender. Nekait nominated MCA. So ndeitu county nenyon ngunon ketinye about 15 nominated women. Cheka kimai ketopenen up nikan agenge. Simuch ki achieve the 2/3 gender role. Now let's come to neki keayanyi echek ko ki MCAs asiya ngetoret amun ngot ketinye challenge already ko en kandoinatet. Komi challenge ai no saiti en ngwenyu po boisionik. Amun kot ko en kandoinatet kotom ke achieve ko automatic it goes down, it trickles down to ogoten boisionik. Mi a bill that I'm working on nekikole nanokilke. Koik ki agenge netun kelelen kimi kamet nekikonyo. Akoborchige koker kole kait kit nekamuch ko protecten kamatik ko kit nekibare gender bill.
Yes.
It's in the final stages ngeng'alalen betut nebo raini a gender bill nekokole nan keibun sikeng'alalen tugul ak ketoretge tugul as leaders kamatik ngoit en komostab resource allocation.
Yes.
Amun niteb ile ne kit netesetai amuche alein mami ne kit netesetai soiti amun mami a policy ne goidenech kole yon ochobe budget ondechi rabishek komostab kamatik en empowerment. There is no policy. So mami kit nemuche ko guiden amun ele meunen ko yon makinde yon me allocate anything ko you don't expect komi boisiet nekatestai amun kanamunen ano the planning process. So Bariet nekitinye nguni ko tuguk aeng. Keting kora biik che angen ale ngot kemwa saiti en Kericho ko kikeyai bariet nekikorom akot kingemi en komostab nomination. Amun mi biik chekebare people with disability.
Yes.
Che ot kang notin ni kabo top up gender. Ko biik kora che yoche kotinye representation nenywan. Konamunen bunge nebo county assembly. Ko biik chekikuren PWDs. Lakini ndenyone ra Kericho county assembly ko bichu kaking'ololen tugul. Ko mamiten chi netinye kewelindo nekelelen a representative nebo ko. Lakini kakikuren kityo kele chuto chu kasich nafas. Chu kakinominaten tugul 17. Ko part of their role ko to represent the gender, to represent the people with disability. Kakikochi in that role. Lakini yongen ale tom kai keitchin ak kenyoru kosyinet okoten bikyok chetindo kewelinwek amun tebe abakora kole kilya makikonech age. Kilya makikonech agenge en bunge nengepcheito tuguk kokere kole kakikonech share nenyone yome. Mi kit nomotin kora amun abakora ko anan kindechi budget because niger the organization nenyone en departments. Ko that aspect nebo people with disability ko mi under department nebo social service. Mi a department. Lakini nde sibi soitine akiker boisiet netesetai ko makikochi attention neyome. Makikochi resources cheyome. Chekimuche kemwa kele rabinichu kokindechi. Amun abakora kindechini rabishek kwalen assistive devices. Abakora ne every year kenyoru mara en every ward ko kinyoru wheelchair somok, kenyoru walking stick, tukun che kakinyoru. Lakini every other time kotamamwa ale this is not enough. Ako simoik enough. Kwa amun the department ko magi empowering korong kocheng ana konyor data cheto nabure ra as an MCA. Angen ale en ward nyu nebo Chemosot atinye biik chetinye kewelinwek cheterter chetian so that the budget when you are doing your budget, you base your budget based on the need. I know this is something that cuts across even the national government.
Yes.
I had one of the representatives nanyo complain in besho kole the allocation nekikonech in fact ki complain ne ko chorge allocation ko kikoi ketebengege kole kiatebe ale kobosak biik chebo PWD ana kobano because if you reduce a budget from this much to this much what prompts that reduction? Ko make it narrow to Kericho County ole angen ole where we are today kutoma geitite a level ne muche imwa confidently ile in my ward amuni abwati there was a time nekikole I want to do a data because abakora ngomio there is a day for PWDs, people with disability, kotinya their international day. Yes. It is normally in June or something there. Which as a county government, we are supposed to konyo aluki ibwati betu nywane, amagibwat kityo. Kiyum koik betu ne kiyumi ge ak pichu age na gele, mahitaji chetindo kone. Ko abwati in the year 2024, ko kiale na noiba an initiative as an MCA. Aga na chechu kiba ward tole ngo. Ako kimamai kityanai. Kiamache kora atoret en komosto nemi gine yoche kotindo disability card ana to yoche ko registered. Asin komi toretet age tugul ne kaikonech national government. Ko kineta tam ketebe kelelen are they registered? Ko kinawe round in my ward. Kumwau nake kole mheshimiwa matete mwawon akobo ngalechon amun kianyit formit kenyisiek 10 mi boyon nake kabisa nekilion maronyite formit kilion mheshimiwa maronyite formit o mama kebiron picha because I wanted to also kelina atoret anyit formit ak kebir pichait sikechobun card kole amara amache kole for the last 10 years arue ngweny ko kibwa biik koi akobiron pichait akobendi amamine mami kinde kironyoru kole amache pichait and I felt it.
Mheshimiwa, so you can approve that kiko fail in county en ngalek chetinyege ak gender ak ngalek chetinyege ak people living with disabilities?
I would say we've not done enough. Amune for us to be able to do much ko yache kemi policy yache ko kechopchi a guide asikimuch ana siko guidanage en lekimuche ketoretiten bichu at our level at the county assembly. So amuche na amwale where we are today, it is a challenge nekikochinigei this year. Kemeken sure konde tebe nguni angen ale ndoko mi kitinya champion nekibore Metet. Ne he's a champion nebo people with disability. Ako he is not disabled, lakini tindo a child, a daughter. Ne kinyor ne tindo a challenge. Ko ki la mangu ko igu agenge. Ne every other day ko ne birwana kole kageyai ni korko itono policy number disability. Ako angen ale it is going to be something nekimaki gochin gaimen 1 or 2 months as county assembly, and we get it done. Asingebendi tai komatata kegerte bichu when it comes to allocation. Aga amacha gesunen kobo komostab empowerment, nebo women empowerment. Kagimwa kora kele ne kine guidanage when it comes to empowerment. Amuni ndeibe time magiger our budgeting in Kericho County. Akigere lebendi rabishek in Kericho County in budget. Igeshinge rabishek kechang the leading sector ko lead ni barabara. If you look at our budget today, they screen it right budget nenyo. Ko lege singe rabishek. Kono barabaroshe. Aya mi nekakiti nebo empowerment. Nekamwa ale kora without a policy. Ko ui in the rabishek such a sector and a group ilele na machalian. Amacha empowering without a guide. Ogot kite in the rabishek ko ma release ni rabishek the respective officers because there is no policy on the same. I know as county government of Kericho, ko kimia revolving fund. In the last regime, they tried konde some allocation. Cheki the idea negiba that revolving fund. Ko kiyo cheki ko rabishek to groups.
Yes.
Then they bring it back, but kumatenda an interest. But I believe the way it was formed, ago ingengoranan kobit kinegelele rabini ko ba serikali. Kerge ak chamba hasla fund. Kinge namne ta ko bengot kewekta mo kale ko gonengo ko ba serikali. Ko kile kibit such a challenge in the last regime, ko ba rabishe chugan kigoito lakini malia mawek.
Yes.
Cooking go mataka we grabishek, and it was supposed to be a revolving fund. Kokilen that line nago authority kotago testai kegochi bigalak because you are given money ibe ya biashara iwegu within a period of time ki much kigoi chitage. So kokilen that bit, but we there's the department, they were working on a better way of recovery. Amune challenge kono ngamwale nigo iterabi ko serikali ibe yumda yono. It is not like when yango ko ito imarisha yango ko ito Kenya women nigo iterabi shaka gelegewe ko teri the concept ne ko government ak yango ko ito maybe the institutions that are supposed to be giving out money kine ko okay in a small way as members of county assembly ko mi a line item ne ko gi create under the Department of Education, under the sector of social, we want to also try and empower people through groups. Among all, maybe at some point, Kogirogir what chai quad. Kitinyas a very different word in the 30 words. Nemianda. Multinational, yeah. Cooking gave chaitai by shoni, gelele na chabore, tachabet. Koni nyoru most of these things cookie taken over the companies. Ke lega and get supporting down this word. Amun tinya garabikyo word inota and atinya bi participating in the electoral process. Ke nyoru wanya leeway negi muche ke allocated rabishek. Age supporting groups in terms of quality. I've seen support nebo even groups chechaba mitwogik che keljin sapurjo shake keljin the equipments che muche ko supporting. I've seen car wash machines che supporting in youths. Those are things anye che muche ke mwagele what we've been able to achieve as county members, assembly members. Ko ke boishi in that leeway to be able to support those groups, keljin the equipments to be able to do what they are doing. Wa mama che chabo amitwogik kialjini saburioshek ak tukche muche ko supporten their work ngotko group ne kikwal anan inyoru alak kikwal PA systems lakini matindo tentishek to complete complete na konyor rabinik kiame yon kanam konam kasit en an event ko to be able to supply tents, to be able to do the PA systems. Those are the things we are working on. But what we need to do is complete that. Because the gender bill, it's in the final stages. They go in a room to be able to give and allocate money to be able to empower them.
To your position on your level as a member of County Assembly, empowerment specifically for women?
One, I would do our draft, what we've designed already in our gender bill that is coming up. Koko gimuch keib nafas neko ginde kipengele nebo empowerment.
Yes.
Because magimuche kimuche ngalale ngalekab gender employment lakini ngomakiti keteshin nebo empowerment. Koko magimuche kora ke achieve anything amun for anything to succeed in ngalekab empowerment ko you need finances. So ngot komi ki anatokyin na atinye where I sit today ko elegimuche kenyorunden resources che ki supportenen the women komuch konyor support ana konyor working capital sikoyai kit nemoche. Ngot komi ki ne ui anan onde ngololjini ra kamatik lo ko kamatik ko nginamunen batai kidogo kele niwe bank kotolen we bank today as a man ko most probably ko titinye chepyosengung ko kiol mbaret lakini kisir kainengung. So ngotiwe bank ra akisom rabishek chito nengen bank anan neteben kole konu security ako nemuche koib security kwa bank ko the head of the family who happens to be the husband. So ngot komi challenge neketinye korong nekoi nekorom ko magimuche ke accessen loan facilities as women kwa urahisi kotko makitinye ne, because it's a culture and a setup nenyone magilelen kiwale immediately. Ogot got kinam nguni kele kemake kinam kesirchinen tuan mbaret itebe ile kalyan chepyose sikomaira mbaret. You will not understand. Lakini when it comes to financial institutions, they will ask for that security. Ogot got komi garit ne otinye enga nekere kaine nekikisir ko nengung. Ogo chito nemuche kityo kwa access rabishek kele konu security will be you. So got komi bik che disadvantaged konyor most of this financial support is women. Ako ngot komi or nekimuchany today in this era as leaders kenam eut kamatichu konyor facilities, loan facilities che matebe attachments would be women. And that is my push today. Ole ongigoin opportunity konyor 100,000, 200,000 chembele gonu logbook nebo pikipiki, chembele gonu logbook nebo garit, because that is their starting point.
There was a time mheshimiwa ne kigetoku kabisa en kasarta ne ki empowering I think ki avocado seedlings and akine. Which fund was that? Ki your own fund, your office, county government and akine, because it was one of the initiatives che kigotok kandoina time komie.
Thank you so much. Kemwa ile mi kasarta nekikoitoi avocado seedlings. Akot komit itu avocado seedlings ko en taunenyu nekiba kandoinatet kingo ka abwat akole nan asom nafasini. Ko kinochut korik eleo. Achut kot agetugul nekowe. Ko ngot konamda lunch ako kakechop lunch. Ko ki neki touchena the most ko kiite lunch mami ngwek. Biut mami ngwek. Mi chaik kabisa mi chaik akoi biik kurgat yukin tononi lakini mami ngwot mbar. So if there is something ne kiateken all year ale amache korong kiyonjine na kamati kele makebendi mbar kiole ngwek. Kiyae or nekakiyai kotor kotononi ngwot en biu. Ke katen the cost nebo 20 shillings, 30 shillings nekaba kialen ngwek.
Yes.
Is something that I did before even achut kandoinatet. Ako kiaibwa concept ne kionetenge chi. Ne kianyo introduce en tukye kibare kitchen gardens.
Kitchen garden, yeah.
Nende sungukoni en ward komekosani nyoru kitchen garden ne kilelen bo mheshimiwa no. Ako that was kyayo choto for years kotomo kota asoma la mache ngecheret ko kyakere ko kaki struggle en saite ki struggle ni kechenge school fees ako ko chekyame ko mami ako ni teben ne ile amune ko lele mami nafas. Then I said ngot ko mami nafas mbarenik because of tuguk chekikinde kora chekonu rabishek. What do I do? So kinalane no le kitchen gardens could save on space. Ako save on yo mami oropta imuche ibu bege na inet ako minimize on the usage nebo bek. Let me introduce it. So anet ke some sacks. It's more of a net, unetishek. Lakini tinye gongi kiemuche imini ngwek 100 per bag. 100 ni tenguni imine 100 en gongi ak parakyat ko ibe 20. So tamino every family lendi ongechobo kengemini ngwek raini. When I come back komakyale ngwek because it is very interesting that with the 100 shillings neko sine ko puten jai ko 30 shillings le ko kakoba ngwek. Ako we could do something. So that was my first step. Ako ki interesting because kingo ka introduce kona amot nititot ko ngonyor ginwe nango ko kerer ko mina agine jechi. Yani it was just a concept ne koibu lakini kanai kole there are so many other avenues. Kiko itot mi family ne kiko age kole kokena kiyumoti chombo semende cheko kitare akala min ngwek ko nyoru sukuma che kororon ya. Now I knew that this family has taken a step and they have learned something from this. So when we did that for a long time kotkon amangu ale oko nekitinye mbaret ko kiite kole mheshimiwa tugu changu kere en yon atinye mbaret neo nia mongen ale kilyan kitestomo aiku serious koramin ngwek ak inyo iker boisiet ne korai. Then I started grouping them. I realized okot en kokwotinwek komi mbarenik chemi buche idle either because maamuch the family ko boisien ko I could group women in groups of 10 20 ak elisen mbaret for 1 year ak boisien mbaranoto kemin all sorts of vegetables. And I know there is a group nebo kibare kabitunguru konget that they were able to do that kotago picken an NGO akonyo ko picken kamati choto kabisa nekingomi any event they are called to come ngomi sosiot ko their show kotinye a field day, a food field day, they call them kolino bwana tugu changu agonetishe. And I knew there is something I did right. Then when we did that anamanya tebengole PQ gelo komine chai ngot ko chai kigetienge throughout. What do we do to diversify? So I learned about avocados. A coffee ko ginam ki introduce and kora coffee in some areas because ngot ko mi gi ne ga go bananda ako man notice ni bi go le banandos bi ko kini gibare chai iniwe ile igere ko green korenyo okot ni sambaretet kelelen Kericho is rich because of the green land. Lakini ndenyone to those families akitebine ile what do we benefit from that ko kit korang ne ko challenge ko mengekitu mbareni. The more we are dividing land ngokita ko 1 acre kingoto mi bomore kako koi werik somok kakebos 1 acre ne kangait points koekekitu kora log kokese kora log ab pamangoni ka kako koi kora we are getting down to 1 point per okoni aisabu komakoyome 1 point isomesha lakwe koik teta niton everything kekerono 1 point of tea farm. So what if we start introducing other tree seedlings chemuche kora ko harvesten akokone rabishek. So I reached out korong abwati ko kakinam ko kikichomwech en agriculture department ke allocaten budget ialji bi KOOK seedlings. So I said this will be one of the things I'll do. And also county government ko kikoibwech chai en abwati in 2023 ko kikikonech in every ward especially chekimine chai ko kikilenje cho identify farmers chematindo chai akwali governor seedlings chebo tea. And every other time I'm in a village nowadays kingwererwan ngeleon chai chungi kekoi ko in mheshimiwa koni chungo kinam kebut. And I know that what we did 2 years ago is now bearing fruits today.
Initinya akobo chayat mheshimiwa ko noton ko ketiny biik chechang kabisa. Is like almost 90% of the people che ketiny kabisa. Now, have you ever thought of maybe a bill noton nebo kesor temik chebo chaik ngamun en nguni ko ikose komi ng'alalutik cheterter. From 23 shillings to 26 shillings en komoswek alak ko kokiyonji to 30 shillings. Ite kesor biik choton chebo chaik en kokong'alal en county assembly.
I know it's a very get up kine every other day as MCAs we deal with it and ogo initonon ko ikondoindet ko matinga ingalalen tuguchu tugul chu kakemwa chu koror ko ngometin chayat ak etiny kele kilyonen kotomi iityi chichi because kiyoton nekere kiyoton netiengei ne kotor kosoman lakwet kotor kiomis ko chaik and amuche amwa ale kemwa ile ne kino mucho as county assembly akome kora ke separate these roles. Korong KTDA is a private entity. Ndako ba government ko kale ngichute fully ak yaiki. Lakini ame korong kiyonjine kele KTDA kotinye their shareholders ak kotinye their directors. Ne any decisions they make 2024 nikemwa 26 kumami beshe ne tebene kole kilyan. Eche kityo ko korga ko uit keitwany kenyo kewai kityo. Lakini if there are people who should make the right decisions. Macha mogongo ya muni kongeten kingewach in bonus niva last year. Akewagano. It has taken the government also to be part of this. In your push from even peers, our peers of agriculture. Every other day when he speaks, why are we not doing this? Why are directors not doing this? I have directed directors to do this. Ogo, kwagirole, I need to go bid ngololjinet. Kitinye kora our senators. They have a senator nenyongorong ko kiko take an initiative. Kapisa ako ger gole kilyonen asige sarun temindet en kapchai. We still have challenges when it comes to implementation, especially issues chabo west and east of Rift. Che ago inguni kotagetinye peshi anatako mi a very big difference. Ngoiteta kelji nenyoru chita nemi west ang nemi east of Rift. But where we are as county assembly, the other day kigonwa statement. The best we can do as MCAs, kogi raise a statement and ask those questions. Kogi we say on Tuesday, this week on recess. Kogi be challenge number 24, 26, 30. We want to raise a statement to also get to listen to directors. Siki iku yana muni, sometimes kwa nani wa function go na nge mwage teben, hele mheshimiwa le mwage go na 26, mwage go na 30. Kogi kile where we sit today, we want to also invite them because we represent the same people.
Yes.
Kimayo ke invite and go county assembly asiku mwawi the challenge. Amuna mangwale there is a reason why. Lakini these reasons are many other reasons that we need to come together, especially pikyo kamungo seretya otkomi pikye seretos nguni ngapchain ko pikyo. Ogo kimaige ibukun part as leaders, part of the solution makers. Got komi toreted nekimuche kigochin factories as county because abakora kemwa as county kele kimache kechopchin ortinwek koitita ile bendi. Hiyo ndio role netuliachi kikipa kwa kwinoto. Keger kele ele koyache koit karit kolya. Koitita ko the cost ke reducing the cost of maintenance because amangwale yon mami yon one effect the cost nebo maintenance nebo karishek ywake will be very high. Or go for them to be able to even give our farmers good money is for them to reduce on the cost of production. Ogo yani ole ni ngololje director haini the challenges chetindo chechang the cost of production. Our cost of producing tea is still very high. Kotaki ngolole in quality. Nguni na itelaga itako sa kumwawang kule mheshimiwa kokebut ko quality. But we still have a challenge. Nebo cost of production. Iniwe ko maswechu alak tulono ko kiko reduce the cost of production okot by producing their own energy. Kitinye kine project nebara setet. Power project nemi chemosit yon. It has taken forever. Kitwaisi. Ogo kanamenyin ko kikimae much ko generate stimenywan asiko katen the cost of production almost by half. Amun kingele we kinge rabini choto ngo. The big question nikitebenge raini ko what is taking long? Got ko contractor nekikikochi boisiet ko matakomuch. Can we request the government to cancel that contract? Akikochi chito nemuche ko complete in the next 2 or 3 months. Amuni kimuche kebolien. Lakini if we are not reducing on the cost of production, kotomo.
Koromen ng'alek chombo chaik mheshimiwa ko amang'u kityo kole ite betut noton neokoshindosi kemwa ile tokure directors ong'ololchine ako amang'u ile ite betut notuitosi iman ako soru temik chebo chaik. Amache ketokyingei oversight and accountability ngamun that is one of the roles choton chebo member of county assembly. Ikertoi ano mheshimiwa ng'alek choton chetinyegei ak county projects ng'alek chebo funding chebo projects ak iker ile makokiboisie rabinik en oret nekararan komabitu stage en oret age tugul?
Asante sana. Kemwa kit nekim kot missing en boisienyon ko nekikuren oversight. Nekakimwa kele ngeallocaten rabisiek komosta nekakile kimoe po sipitali for example. Amuni kingedevolven counties ko kikibokokwech health, kemetewech agriculture, kemetewech infrastructure, the roads, kemetewech okoten sukul, karoli komi under the ECD. Keker kele kakitech ECD ak ke-employ mwalimuek ak kebokokwech kora vocational technical schools. Inyoru kitinye vocational colleges to be under county government. Komeken sure kole elo ke maamu ko ba university kimuche kerib within the county government. The big concern ne abokora konu wagat ko when money is allocated to a project akinyoru magilian magi completed and maybe ko giboisien beyond maybe the expected or beyond the money that was allocated. Ogoboisien no nenyon as MCAs. Go itita when we get, because ideally konyalu kenyoru reports on an annual hachekimuche keger audit reports, because an audit report will tell you komuche komwaun kole kimi boisiet nekikakiyai kole kikiallocate this much money. Control of budget kotinye report nywane generated every other annually. Ogo eche kitinye kora committee in assembly their role is to look at that. Kitinye committee kora nebo implementation che work hand in hand. Na no kaske work to si kele mayakyu ko because we follow up ngele ko kakinde rabishek ketech sipitali for example. Ko kasi nyon ko kisip kele ko kitech sipitali ongot ko makitech sipitali ko bano rabishek. Anan kobit cases che kibo ko there was a recent last year ko kitinye issues che kikoromen nea. Chekabit payments chekakiyai ako ribare itite ko mamine ko mami kasi noto lakini mine mi payments. Ako abwate kemi ad committee ako en ad committee ko kikakiformen a committee kele kimache ke ascertain what are these payments. Ako kimangundano rabishek for example nekakile kakiyai iru kakile kakisupply iru akitite ko mara mami in enough quantities, and that is our role as MCAs.
Yanga bin ngalek yojo na mheshimiwa executive check. Do you hold the governor or the CEC for the same department accountable? Yama goba ishara bini komnye?
I would say magoi bagakte the head of the county. Of course, as the head you're responsible. Now your responsibility trickles down to who was now there, because kitinye CEOs chief accounting officers cheko siko mangrabishe ko kande CA kitinye chita ne bare CC na siko mangtongilo ishe kwawe okay tinya the overall person who is the governor. So ngobitabu ko no one is, you don't escape. It has to go to cut across the entire executive arm. Do you have any problem in ngalek allocation of rabinik nekiyo confirm na kole kikimisuse rabinik entro and what was the step nekoteke ngotogero loba kuwek rabinik chekake misuse? When such issues come up, kegoitoi our report inyoru in our findings we will indicate kele from our analysis from our investigations this is our recommendation and this match was lost I recommend and the respective because we have also other arms we have other offices like EACC that also come in once those officers have confirmed then the respective officers involved to be surcharged to be dismissed someone has to be accountable for that and in our reporting it is very clear that this is our findings but because as an MCA we can impeach a CC we can impeach a governor lakini mi chitanege bare CEO ne yache kubuna disciplinary action with the public service board kesirchini angelei the public service board to also do their bit agot ko yache ge release jita kolian ko release but we also can do something as members of county assembly.
There are some projects mheshimiwa chetogu for example not ngonyogo ni governor of county of Nandi Stephen Sang ogimiten a governor of county of Kericho Dr. Eric Mutai kimache rarge kole moiti standard okikiallocaten rabinik where did the money go?
I would not speak much about it because that is a World Bank project. Negi funded the World Bank. The project funded the World Bank through the county government. Ogo the project koginam kenyishegala komba go nomenguni. Bwati kingeitu buch in 2022. Kogito toilets like a few things. The structure already, the structures were already in place. The design were already in place. In fact, tukukiki final workings. Cha mucha ole ko this government. Nebonguni. Lakini it's something that started way back. Kondegi kasanga lalet kogi MCAs chegi moy gole gi chemara maminguni chegi moy gole kiki namo this project. Kogi baiba amunga go kage handed over to the people to use. So ngot komi issue never design. I would believe there is a structured way. Amone, I've seen World Bank projects how they are done. World Bank projects komi every other step. They come and look at it and approve for the next step.
So kina mama mboka kule momitent ventilation yani moiti standard nigi nyolu. No, whose fault is this?
First of all, we'll start with the designer. Amuni for a contractor so nyogo aigi komi design. First of all, I would start with the design. Unless ileon kigmi a design mo gisip.
Enga muni ngene mama mboka chege tiki mwagulelen moiti standard nigi ngene chege ngamun chege tiboishie.
So I would even also include even where we sit as members of county assembly and especially the committee never trade.
Yes.
Ko before even the handover, go before the TI contractor.
Yes.
Ko maybe the first thing that we could have done is to go back to the people, to go back to the users. Amuni be authors around. Agete bengegele this contractor ko kago according to kinagasiri kumage kitiach ko tarboisie. Are we satisfied? Like what I'm saying, there was a time negitagio the last year kori kebe ke inspector ni kelenje to magotar toilets tom go to toilets and we had to wait kotago to complete and contract ne those toilets tegi tom go to. So the same thing to the design bit kotuku kya yani ole at some point we should have stopped and said the initial design was this and what we are seeing is different. So yes, both sides would have failed on that. Amun kitinya committee ne their role is to look at the markets that are ongoing. I got making sure the money allocated. And this, we have the implementation committee on our bit also as MCAs. Negasi nyuangorago ko moving round, ko pulling projects chetesata across the county. Agetep kele asitomo ge implemented to its completion. Asitomo asimaiti the standard because I think we are challenging the standard nguni in this specific case.
Yes.
It is the way it was done according to many. It was supposed to have been done differently. But how was the standard? What was the design? Kiune the design kongeten kana menyin gotorgo itano. So yes, along the way, the engineers also among getting engineers correct. Tamo abakora en tuguk chemae area of specialization. Ot ninyorwon kokoleon chito amae keyai ki kole nemae beek kotam aleini nan acheng korong engineer nebo beek sinyokemwa ngot mukokse. The same thing I know we have engineers che even because it is something that has been raised by Senator Cherargei, I want to do a statement in county assembly. Because we cannot be out there publicly structure no go sit our engineers call it is done well. I want someone to come and defend it.
Yes.
What we had on paper is what we delivered. Someone should be answerable. So I think what you're saying is you're challenging us to actually go further. This statement or this what we had here, is it what we have on the ground? And why is someone challenging this? Looks like there's something behind it. So let's have something conclusive.
Wow.
And back to the people. As much as the word out there to the standard, this is the initial design that we were given.
Kongo missing mheshimiwa en kerengu kotinge ak tekset noton nebo market. So kongo missing now en ngalek ketinyege ak budget utilization. Kona ngekonen budget noton nekaki allocated for a specific function nekokesom en wardingu. Simayam rabinik, how are you supposed to handle that? Ngalek maybe mayam rabinik ako kainam project.
Wow. What we deal with every day.
Yes.
I had mentioned a bit earlier when we do our budget. Budget. Budget on an estimated revenue collection. Estimated we will collect and revenue.
Yes.
Remember, we've not collected. We anticipate we will collect.
We will collect.
Based on that. Anticipated revenue to be collected.
Yes.
It's reality. Kumagi jota choko komwa. Ko banga ikotat paishonik chebo this match. Ko itatile barabara ko konde 20 million. Ingen ile kiumiata. Rabishek kiame kepcheun 20 chebo barabara, 10 chebo begi, 5 ko ibwatile yame rabishek chota kiyum. Mi anjita neketienge kolya. Komastab revenue department che amwoni anyi ngo kitore boisionichu. So ngot komi ki nekakati nyole tagi struggling as county government ko achieve on our revenue targets.
Yes.
Amuni ndagi achieve your targets a person. Ko boisionik what you can do beyond imuche supplementary itetas boisionik amuni ingele kotasang revenue. Lakini sometimes we're in a situation nengoi supplementary. Kebaro boss paishoni. Ngele impose paishi. Oko ibe mwaitate. Nimi function. Ilele ngara non ko itu contractor go ballo. Itu kwa tebe ne governor go legi nome. Alafu bare itu after 1 month ke la bana obos en budget got ko gigele ortinweng motivos ko iksomo. It's a real struggle.
Which avenue will you use? You much big avenue lenji ko ba allocate rabinik chebo rani lakini mata ko mugak imoito che yeno yoche ko office ngung ana iwendi corporate ngokwe. Ngunani kokwe ne koyoche yoche. Koyoche ne ira sabarit iwe. Akibe aroruge. Amuni kumbewe ikose wakat kele kingale gavana kole chobo rani. Ko ngale MCA kole chobo rani. Lekiro ngale. So, iwendi na bibele okasany pikyo. Otoreton inne ongemuite. Ko konde rabishek ko agere mata koitu yan ele kokibwote kele ite kokilyon kekany kasarta nekile. Ko bariet nema rahisi. Koro, budget and development planning kemwa akobo in CIDP, the County Integrated Development Plan, nekemwa ile miten nekechobe nebo 5 years ako miten nebo annually. Achonti egere mheshimiwa ile imuche itwaisiji biikab Chemosot ward en kenyini as far as ngalekab 5 years plan is concerned kora.
Korongona notinya komostab sugulishek chukamwa ale kingele devolving counties to counties kebokokwech ECD ak kebokokwech vocational colleges.
Yes.
Abachama kongwe amun ward nyun atinye Chemosot vocational training college. Ogo that college ko and that vocational college ko kikenam ebawi. Lakini for a long time ko kitom inne korong koyam biik kyok kole boisionik chombo eut ko boisionik chekimuche ot kesoben kosir chombo office. So en kasarta nekoi inyoru matobendi lookyok sukulishechu. Lakini amache amwa kongoi en equalizer program nekinyo introduce ko kakiitu akosome kole amanye kechobe ECDs ke supporteni the young ones. Ongeker kora boisionikab eut especially lagochu kiba kaptaen uyan en sukul maba form 4 maamuch kotesta lakini imuche konyo connectan paiput, imuchi konyo kinet kochob stimet, kimuchi kinet ot kochob karit kolong kikochi nafas kindechi budget akelei it is a good program nan kinde budget support nebo lagochuto kiname na target nekiba 100 students per ward nekikingen kele got kikilgen every year en wardishek kyok sosom ko kaki graduate log 3000 cheka konet ke koyai ki mi chemuche cheko specialize en chef kole mache ko special chebo amitwogik mi chuto chebo plumbing mi chebo all sorts of training so kama chati noton amun kingo kakinam program ini kosoma BQ ewadet kole eye kakaran we mheshimiwa lakini classes chekitinye na workshops chekitinye kumayame mayamatin ki training lagochu samwe rabishek ndewe rabishek budget asiketekwech workshop ne accommodate ni most of this training ago abaibai raini amuni in many vocational colleges chekitinye Kericho ko Chemosot ko agenge ne tinye high number nebo uptake nebo students every year. Amuni kager biik lagochu kole mi facilities cheyomotin ako nyoru kanetet neyamat. So ngengolole ko koke complete na twin lab workshop ne initita nguni ko nekit ko every other course kotinye room nenywa neyamat ne porchingei kityo nguni the institution kwal equipments chebokyingei log koyam kora nibuch we have a good structure ne even how many go target angelondo kinyoru to 500 we can accommodate now komnye en Chemosot okomonong kityo the last 2 years cheko graduate en lago konawe sanyor ne welding atinyo aeng che welding chenabun nguni osager katonosi gate en lab gates cheite 5 en lab ako product neko netege in this scholarship program abaibai got missing amun ongen only that life has changed.
Asante sana. Ingile boisiet ne gotogu mheshimiwa. Amache asoman comments kidogo chemiten Facebook for purposes of asiketestai en betutab raini. Sinyokeker akobo resource allocation ak public input koboto motivation nekoini kebeberta noto nebo kina mama kosom ngecherok asikenyorun kianga kimwa noto nebo 2/3 gender rule. Michine kuren Korir Leonard kole good work my area MCA on Anita Byegon kole 2 term. Zadok Rotich kole she is the most competent MCA we have ever had in our ward. She is growing and mark you, she will be future something. Ongo missing Dennis Ngetich kama kule pongezi mheshimiwa. Well said. We are very proud as Chemosot and Kericho County and all to have a visionary leader like you. Kole God bless you. Michire guren Morgan Jupiter kole mighty woman. Chemosot ward is happy because of your good job done. Michire guren Kipngeno Cheruyot kole the only hardworking MCA in Kericho. She does her work diligently. Kole 2032 is promising. Kongoi missing. Ken Ngeno Kibet kole our MCA is the best. Anafanya kazi mzuri hon Anita Byegon. Kongoi missing. Michire guren hon Chebet Irene Langat kole nice one, our one and only elected woman MCA. Kama kole DJ Evoke kole I'm from Chemosot and it's job well done. Asante sana kongoi missing. Judy Ruta kole hongera mheshimiwa for the good job. Kole 2 term is real. Michire guren Miki Kiprono kole hard work MC in Kericho County. Proud of you mama. Asante sana. Kiprotich Elvis kole the voice of Chemosot and Bureti at large. Kongoi missing. Clinton Kiptoa kole 2 term mheshimiwa mama chama saidi chama. Lakini togu baishe ngu mheshimiwa Nigerian comments siko they are very positive and mangwale baishet niki yoche man ko togu it's evident by the comments chekonu biik ab emet. Now ameche ketinye koba resource allocation asinyoke mwa koba ine motivation ekoini kina mama asikiwa mtetu za betutab raini. Karibu sana.
Asante. Tep swali nono.
ngalek chetinyege ak resource allocation ne kabisa nende kone muguleldo kelenjin yat muguleldo ngung mwa kit nekase teyochi Chemosot ward kabisa anat ko kina mama not to be specific to a certain gender but general piguk.
Asante sana. Uangelian dakigone nene rabishek kemayach.
Again pick in one sector.
Yes. I'll pick an eBay. I'll still go back to water. And number 2, I'll go to health. Sibitali. So me tukugoyengu kabisa cheki. Sibitali. Kutko mi boishet neo netindo gondoi kone. Ago netindo gondoi in terms of neroche mabuget. Ko rabinik kibendi sibitali. Kokimiamut oin arambe ngo kwenyun ne kokiyae nebo mama ne kokibet kokiyokse 1.2 million. Kokibet kokima 1.2 million. Kikimi oin kora ne kiyokse 500. Every other day. Every other day kemi arambe nebo sibitali. Kingegele misha. Ko alana amwoe ale ndomisha to manyo arambe ndoboishe sha 100% kutombanyo arambe nebo sibitali. To rabinik che kotinye 2000 3000 ko koibut koba sukul kosoma lak. Lakini mabendi sukul, bendi sibitali. So mi komaswek aengu changen ale we have a role to play under the national government to make sure korong SHA is working especially ko catereni for the different services che kikoito sibitali. Amun lipan niman, for example, like a specific case ko nikolengo kichangan 1.2 million. Ko the total bill ko 1.8 million. Ko kibure in ICU kamani for a month. Ko e bill it saite. Not on a 1.8. In 1.8 ko lipan 600 SHA. Ko ngetwech 1.2. Angen ale mi amune si malipan tugul. Amune choto ko chikitinya role to look at kele services are chonju ma covereni SHA siko coveren because ndama arambe nekiyoe kialdone sikenyor 1.2 million.
Yes.
Kialdone meaning ot ko katinye 1 acre of land wendi mbaranoto sikelya sinyokekonor chito kokakwa mbaret. Lakini kikiyan kele kibwone akiyum ketoret family noto kot komalama siketche. Lakini kilionen as a country asi kinam kegerin akomie kele simalipan SHA tugul ko kalyan. Angen ale mi services che kelele malipon. For example, ICU ko ma cover ni SHA. Mi part ne nyoru kityo kalipan. The other part ko kobo the patient. So those are the things cho matinye under health. Akebwan any ko echek en county government ketinye kora role in dispensaries ak sub-county hospitals to provide keker kele tinye kerichek ak tinye the infrastructure. Ndenyo na ward nyun inguni ko ngot komi push anan ndami rabishek kekeleon inira. Ko amun tinye a health hospital because we have the different levels. Dispensary, then you go to the health center. Atinye health center in ward it. Ne noton ko health center ko improved from dispensary. Niwe health center ko mi maternity. Iwe health center imuche ko mi lab imuche ko bimane na koyai tuguk kemae dispensary. So elami nguni ko ager ole ko improve the health center notinye to the level ne muche koyai tuguk chechang eleo ne malasima kebe kapkatet ana malasima kebe roret kecheng konyoiset for example. So for me for health kinoto kinige noniton ale ndaka toret sibitali ni konyor ngoka maternity beds che choton mi some equipments che kokiborchinige ko kole ondechinige en budget sikeborchinge ako mi building kora ne kokole I'll add more. We are coming up with a store building nebo goroba ne muche ko accommodate different offices in Chemosot Health Center. Ako ayani ale much ko kokinde kaseti tayari asikinam boisionoto. Ko en rabinik kidogo che kokinyoru amuche awa in 2 phases. Our phase 1 atarak 7 million anyona in the 7 million phase 2. Our works by next year. Ko anyoru rooms cheame chengomi kamati. Ko toret again sibitali. Ngomi chi ne mae ke toret ko kanyor everything that they need in sibitali. Mi kora somet anan ngololjinet ne ko kakoit SHA. Ne SHA kokonu nafas ana kokochi nafas dispensaries koyai claims chekimakomi en NHIF. Ki NHIF ko kibendi kiyoe kityo levels cheter, ki sub county kuendelea. Lakini SHA ko dispensary iniwe ile amantingoi. Kese kukekonin kerichek kinyoin ake ki-claimen en SHA kele kokinyain.
Yes.
Of which ngalalchinet nguni nekingololchinigei en kokwotinwekyok keboisien SHA. Matitewe sipitali kome active SHA. Because niwe ko active SHA ko ketore sipitali koron ngobek arawet. Atinye sipitali na kokokilgei nia ne monthly nguni konyoru about 800,000 to 1 million in monthly. Rabinik chon ko kabwa ano? Sipitali.
Yes.
Ako sikotoretech en tabu nekikenyoru kasarta nekoi nebo kerichek cheroru abakora. Inguni yu kakibe komatakas ane kit nekibare koror kerichek. Amun ngot kokinyoru 500,000 en arawani konye. Chu kaibuch chekokakindechi en budget en county ko mara koskuman 2 weeks 3 weeks.
Yes.
And the remaining 1 week en arawet you buy as a clinic wale chekwo. Oko kokikoi chamchinet koyae kichek order nebo kerichek ko kwakere ale kararan program nebo SHA because aini kosorwech as much as we have the teething problems chukama covering the bills tugul ko aini kotoretech en ng'wenyu locally kimuch kenyorun kerichek en sipitalishek kyok consistently nemami issue non kilelen niwe sipitali kesirun akilen al kerichek en yu because kakoit kerichek. Imagine kokwonong'ung nom dispensary non tinye en kokwet komuche ra koyai order nebo kerichek ak rabinikwak chekokayai claims chebo biikab kokwonoto chekaba sipitali kinya.
Kongoi missing mheshimiwa. Agere itinye panganutik chemiachen especially en warding'ung ako kou ye kakomwa biik en ireu ikere ile miten maket neting'enin en betusiek chemiten tai. Now the public input mheshimiwa, angen ale unetitoi ano biik en kasarta nemokyingei konai toto incorporaten biik chebo public konyo contributen yon ochobe budget nebo county assembly anan oyoitoi ano sinyokiwong.
Oh yes. Kikatinya at some point ale kitinye public participations chekiyoe komoswek tuan. Kiyoe county assembly akoyoe akichek ko-approveni kora public from yan kokeyai en county assembly akele these are the things chekokinde budget. Ko ngoit executive kobendi akichek kora field akobo kolei raya tuguk chekokinde ko chu we amend anabure kou noto kwa nan koitu kit kityo nongen ale taketinye challenge ako no ma challenge in the public ko public participations kwa nan inyoru biik 20 kityo chekabwa biik ata 20 chekabwa ko approven document nebo netoretech en boisionik ako mabwa biik ako mara nekanyo kityo ko non komi taon kokas kele mi tuyet yon konyo nemabangan. So kiamwoini wardinyu noin ale kakoyamgei because mi tuguk kiananitite ketebenin ile kionde public participation kole wongi kakimwa takeiku sure kele kikakilya amun niwe of department akilei kokosom biik kole ko the first document nekirefereni to ko the document nebo planning. Kikonde CIDP kokonde ADP kitebenin as MCA kokinde ko ngot ko kimaba bichu ngonde ina ile kochunjun boisiono o en yu kokanye kelya kei o en yu komi senior. So kia ayoma encourage biik kyok as much as kokakimwochi ke even oin as MCAs kele mostly public participations kiyae en sub county level. Inyoru nebo Bureti the entire Bureti kakimwa kele kiyae en Litein nebo Bureti tu korkomangu chito en Cheplanget korkomangu chito en ngweny oli kesiara konyo akoi Litein siling ata konyo akoi Litein konyo kokas public participation ko kiko discouragen biik chechang. So kiko kiyonjin as county assembly akile kimoe kinden budget nenyon nebo assembly kimuch keranen en ward o kikiyai agenge en 2023 and the performance was very good. The feedback was very good amun kait chito nebo local yoto akonyo kole ne kondewon oretab chemosot konde namba kamicheiwet someone is asking from there nengen kole this is what I need. Abwati kingoitu staff chekikaba field kolelen this was the most successful public participation we done kwa amun kikibe to the level nemi biik. So I know this is a challenge across even the executive koyai agenge en constituencies moityin biik tugul That one we have to agree. So I know we have a room of improvement when it comes to public participation. Amuni ngomasi nafas pigobwa. Kumi tuku kechang kemara chita na konyo concentrate ni area nanyi kwa ni ward ni ma represented, for example. Aga maanya teshini the youth. And I have challenged the youth every day that we might kimuche kemwagel magitom getorete vijana. Kotama tebe nole niwe public participation ko kijana. Ngotebe bi gore. Ngotebe bi pay ngele ka tebe sigi kyongo goi the other group as a youth ketebne ne touching direct as a youth because got ko kagengalalen the entire document was CIDP o mami gi no tinyin as a youth. Don't expect anything to be implemented. So what I've realized in most of these public participations again, koki kipokoki chepyosok ak boisiek choto che nyoru bwone vijana kumara kwain che kokilge in a forum of 50 kumara komi aengu somok ogo the same group nekemache koikichek chemi forefront. So it is also a challenge to the youth raini that ngele kokinde gazette ngele mi public participation betu nekile sai nekile let us take the lead akinyo kemwa kele enjongo osomanu tugul lembakikere kit netinyech. What have you put on empowerment for the youth? What have you done for PWD lemoikose budget lekonde tuten yon nakale amo enhancen sitako changa biik chekoti. You know, we question it from that level, then we will all move together.
Mheshimiwa Onyingale kagoin suswangal michini ngasir message kale Mheshimiwa, watching you live from Kusumek, we truly appreciate the good work you are doing for Chemosot ward. As residents, we remain hopeful and supportive of your leadership, and we trust that more development is coming to our ward. Keep up the great work. Chitone Guren Patrick Rui. Miten kara message ninga miten pikiago Michael Bitsi mutang mangolo tinongo lang kabisa. Michini Guren Faith Kimulwa. Kamagole, hello Titus Rop, pongezi sana our MCA ANITA BYEGON. I'm Faye from Kimulwa, Chemosot ward, and I testify because I'm one of the graduates. I graduated at Chemosot Vocational Training Center, and I'm now a professional chef. Kole, thank you so much. Kongoi bising. Miten kora message miten to Isaiah Kapnandet kagole chamon Titus kichona mosi mweta magita genge agopa Mheshimiwa ANITA BYEGON ba Chemosot ward. Amacha yati mshengune yenyege wangu Mheshimiwa in integrity and experience. You have been in that office for all that long. What is the plan for the future?
Wow. Kemwa integrity and experience.
Yes.
And komi kit ne questionable kabisa in leadership. And ago kogi gi ne giranetke. Ego tempo ishe ne kyai kongeten ko katar sukul. Ko kyanet kaya imanit. Ago kiko toreton in a big way na imanit. Ago na mwale iya imanit ko paishoni nyon, paishoni gitinyen nipo emet. Ko nyum isich kit nekaleini en tuguk chekakiyai chechang. Tilgole ak iyae njekuk.
Yes.
Lakini kot komi kit nekiramwochige ak lookyuk ak konyun. Ko inokoi biik boisiet nenywan asikoyat Job oret en chechuk chekachechuk. Ako abakora akere tuguk chekororon chesiban because kakeschi boisiet kit nekoyoche kelya keyai en boisiet. Nole kakiyoe oret ko kyaton ole bikyok okwek kyotononjini makiyoe kit nusu kele sikongen rabisiek chechang. Ngot ko koyoche keyai oret 2 kilometers akinde maram kole ko nitinyu wadinyun kotononji raya mayam yu tetesyu machobok yu because kelyame keyaiwe kit nekararan kyanetgei kit agenge en ndetebe history nenyun en batai ko apart from ait siasa ko kyaran en organizations cheterter. Ago most of my organizations che kyaran en ko kyae internationally. Kioperate ni ak kita ne manekit en Kenya. Ngeleige we want to do a project nebo 1 million. Komi emet age lakini tumbetu na konyo kokere fruits chebo tuguk chekae. Nole koyai kole ko ngoit konai kole boisiet nekikokilenji koyai matin kimagemi. Ko this is what has been done. Ko in terms of integrity ko kianetke ale mi kaberuret niyai kit nebo manit ak yoche biik imanit. matin koririo biik ako mara kengen amune le kaba tuguchoto. So kikoik kanetet ane nononto en boisienyun. Aya ketep kit age ile in bandap tai. Kwayan ale kiabwoti anan mostly biik eleo ko kibwoti kole korong noni ko kamet, noni ko kwondo mamuche kandoinatet nebo siasa. Abwoti kinosome kotebenon biik chechang kole kalyan niker imuche siasa, niker imuche obarkong murenik, niker imuche ilyanen, ko kikole konon nafas. Angen ale ofisit nowendi oker ko ofisisiek alak chekiroboisie. Ako kit agenge kityo nekaayoe kawendi ayochi biik boisiet. Ako ngotokonon nafasit noton onoe karon ole koimuche man amun kianan kele kibiregei kityo en yoton ma rahisi komuch kwonyi. Ko kiayoma demystify ak ale achicha. Angen ale mabiretabgei nebo ngume. Biretabgei nebo braids. Ako ngototinye bongonutik chekororon ak amuch ako plans choto to the table ak kebangan tugul koitu boisionik komaboisien mara kebirgei ak biik. And people have believed now konai kole kumbe leadership koma about how strong you are. Makele amun itinye kimnatet nemuche ilu chito ko sikoit boisionik korengung. Hapana, it is about how you plan yourself better. And it doesn't matter who is on that seat. Imuche ko kamet, imuche ko murenik, ako imukokse. Ako nito akesune ng'olyono keteb ile chersene en kamati.
Yes.
Amun kamwa ale en Kericho ko takikilegei ko ki kamatik keitun uyan en kandoinatet. Nguni niker the entire Kericho County biik chekikibirchi kura en kamatik ko aeng kityo. Women rep ak nito agenge nikobo MCA.
Yes.
En the entire Kericho County ko only 2 elective positions chekanyor women. Lakini iniker kora ele kakwendito boisionikab kamatik iyonwon ine kora ile ngikochi nafas kamatik koborchingei koyai boisiet ndandan yoche iyai 2 times, iproven 2 times. Yani ngokoyae murenik kidogo ko koi kwondo kwanan koyoche iyai saiti asi kotakoyan bichun kole ilyone pakiyoi. Lakini kwait ane uyan believe nenyun ole mami boisiet nekelelen ui koi kwony anan i muren. Muguleldo iniyan ile amoche ayochi biik kasit ko materin lagok amun anan kelenje chokwek ko torib lagok en gaa. Lakini ayani ale oko subuhi ko kabangan lagokyuk somok ndeitu subuhi achopchini chaik ak alokyi ngoroik koba sukul. Lakini I am still the lead. Lakini angen kora ale mi boisionik cheyoche keyai. So cherseni en kamatik ngomi kamet nekose itinye kurset ak itinye ne muguleldo ile amoche ayochi biik boisiet. Matiywe mangun ak ing'ololji biik ong'ololjinen ak biik ak imwochi tokyin netinye ak maket netingen amune simai boisiet. Komasasin chi ane kikonon kura murenik kobirwon kura chepyosok ak vijana. Ako tugul ko amun en ng'alalet ak somet nekikole oyokton asoker boisienyun ak ane. Ko moker kole uon ko kwondo mamuche kole nan kiyokten ak amwoe kongoi biikab Chemosot kabisa amun tam aleini kyoyai kit nendakimayai icheket ko Chemosot kotomo mi ra ot kandoindet nekelelen ot agenge nemi Kericho County. Mara kitakibendi zero. Kimi en tamini konye kora agenge. The late Mama Nancy, may her soul rest in peace. Ko kimi in the last regime agenge. Kakila the first county assembly kora ko kimi aengu Lilian nebo Litein ak age nekibo Mwang'ole Kunyak. Ko ikere ile taki struggleni lakini kamatik komoche amwa kityo ale maton komeyak muguleldo. Omangun akonge som boisiet tugul lakini masire tugul ko ngekonin boisiet iyai boisiet to the full to your capacity. Ko koron kotakomi amune sitakikochi okot biik alak nafas en kandoinatet ako en nafasisiek alak cheterter chemo nebo MCA inegen.
Asante sana mheshimiwa. Iye chita kwalenjin amayat kityo kebeberta noto nebo simoisiek 0745 11144 0745 11144. Saidi ko biik choto chebo county nebo Kericho, kina mama Saidi ngamun niton ko karagutiet agenge nebo kandoinatet ne kararan nemiten en kebeberta nebo kwonyik. So amache ager ale kemwa ng'olyon kotinygei ak ng'alalet noton nebo betutab raini ne kakingalal tugul kibagenge en tetutiet noton nebo KOOK. Kakimiten ak mheshimiwa ANITA BYEGON noton nebo wardit nebo Chemosot ward en county nebo Kericho, Bureti sub county. Kotab TV, hello. Akatilgona chichona kora akatilgona chichona matagekosine kabisa. Amachi echutu igeri ile kechuchu television ng'unget asikekosinen kibagenge en betutab raini. Kotab TV, hello. Kotab TV, hello. Kotab TV, hello. Yes, karibu. King'ololi ngo? Aye magasin amache tetiem kora 0745 11144 noton ko nambait noton nebo studio en betutab raini. Ng'alale kangopir biik chechang kabisa kotom mayat simoit en betutab raini kobaten en nguni kakoni nafas nebo imwa ng'olyon age tugul kotinygei ak kandoinatet noton nebo kamatik en betutab raini. Kotab TV, hello. Aha, keibet kora chichono chilegei simoishek jaribuna ninye kadri ya uwezo wako kotori igeri ile genyoru boroindo en betutab raini sikonu kereng'ung akobo tetutiet noton nebo betutab raini. Kakimiten ak mheshimiwa ANITA BYEGON nendet ko membetab county assembly nebo Chemosot en county nebo Kericho. Kotab TV, hello.
Hello.
Yes, karibu sana. King'ololi ngo?
King'ololi ya president.
Yes, karibu sana. Yes, akosin?
Watu mheshimiwa ANITA.
Akoti kabisa, toche kabisa. Hello.
Ama wajiko kuitawira lesesa kuicheni kararan kabisa. Yako niko tayari unata.
Asante sana. Kongoi nebo iman, asante sana. Asante sana. 0745 11144 sa kushika ngora kebeberta noton nebo Facebook chang comments miten Facebook kabisa. Miten jina nekikuren Edmond kijana wa Mulinge kole mwambia mheshimiwa tuko na yeye every corner more so she is our mother. Kongoi missing, asante sana jina nekikuren Edmond kijana wa Mulinge. Asante sana, kongoi missing. Miten pike miten kebeberta noton nebo Facebook amache sa kushika kidogo. Kotab TV, hello. Kotab TV, hello.
Hello, Kotab TV.
Karibu sana. King'ololi ngo?
Ong'ololi chakchi le Leonard eh.
Leonard, karibu sana.
Yes, katwa mheshimiwa Nanyun.
Toacha kabisa.
FDA Nanyun en wati nyun ami koberta nebo Chemosot.
Yes, karibu sana.
Baurian boisionik kikororon kabisa en komosiek Chemosot kabisa. Ko lokei tortinwek kabisa en olinyon. Otore nyon wen jori magap senetwet kap kespai ko mong kabisa ko mong kabisa kimi komie.
Asante, yes.
Kila alejini mheshimiwa tuta metwa matwa inji kini pamoja.
Asante sana, kongoi missing.
Kongoi missing.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Kongoi missing en chito noton nebunu komosta noton nebo en Chemosot. Leo bu mheshimiwa en betutab raini. Ingele tiet mheshimiwa ko koreng'ung. Leo bunu ko tin biikab yoton saidi sikokerin emet. Kotab TV, hello. Kotab TV, hello. Namba ni letin 414. Ye, makikoshindosi amache ibiru simoit ka aking'alal keng'ololchine tuan kibagenge en betutab raini. Yekiwang'u tetutiet en betutab raini. Kotab TV, hello. Kotab TV, hello.
Hello, Kotab.
Yes, karibu sana. King'ololi ngo?
Kikuran Kipkorir Mngetich eh?
Kipkorir Mngetich. Karibu sana.
Katwa mheshimiwa.
Toche kabisa.
Aburunen komosta nebo Kiptoror ko.
Yes.
Abara atebe mheshimiwa akobo boisionik chechang chetom kotar. Miten biikab Kimotyo. Chekikamwawech kole kebal ako sinyokoreto koba biikab Kiptoror ko.
Yes.
Kongemwa komie ne Arap Rop ko.
Yes, wain kararun chepkondet anan ne amache sitebir kora chito nebunu komosta noton nebo kale Kiptoror ko anan kale mheshimiwa. Yes. Yes, Kotab TV, hello.
Hello.
Yes, karibu sana. King'ololi ngo?
Kong'ololi ak Benang Choraje.
Deno, karibu sana.
So, Nana, Mheshimiwa, thanks for the work that you are doing. I have been going through the work. Okay, the guys in here.
Yes.
So, let me go to start going.
Kongo missing asante sana. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Amajeste get together chichika nanga tinye tebu chitaka tukul nike machi tebu line kegas
at least I can answer.
Yeah, you can answer that. Amajeste walchi gitoki asige testa in peta brand ko baten amma namsi mo tanga bo mushe kota pati vi hello.
Yes, hello.
Karibu sana ngalo yanga.
Kuri ngena.
Ngena. Yes.
Wacha singor.
Yes.
O mune.
Kichame kabisa.
Ngoto mheshimiwa na nyonga.
Tawacha kabisa.
Kwa misinga munen boisioni kigere ne yenyu. Ko kityama cha soma ndisi ko to bwate chengo masta ne bobi engo masuko chesi ngora mun. Sere to si engo masta ne bobi kabeleta ya. So ame kabisa na wote kutore tejini.
Asante sana.
Okay.
Kongo ina wema. Thank you so much. Kongo missing. 0745 and kasartane tesa tai kere chitane birunen WhatsApp. Kota kwa TV hello?
Hello kota pa.
Yes, karibu sana.
Sabu kaita.
Chamke got missing?
Sabu missing ANITA.
Yeah.
Okay.
Wala na di sabu kara ni television kabisa hiyo sio TV ngali. Hapo mimi boisho ni ANITA. Kalian ANITA no chitana na kabisa nai. Kalian boisho ni boisho ni kitu ANITA. Take na ino to go si skiri to le tak. Mami ko telemi kreta is what happened. Ini ko missing na ba excellence de kapan.
Yes.
Nali ni lagi tege ni le go ni yen na kama na gina ni tak ni mo wen burete. Jadi no to genta go bure go sere te ka sa ko me tege go sere te. Lai ni rai ni go na go bara asira. Tawa asira no taman. Oke saru ni rimpi me no go de go gericho. Uli ni gericho na ga na mo mi ka si se de te sita. Ki ta mo ta yo sa no ga mi ka te te ni ri ji se sa. Tapi change ni apa tinggal nani na jadi le ini saya karena ante. Kau kan nani na prota. Jadi le mangga. Lain kan kau ini itu ni ada kau kiri di. Lain kan kau tapi aku kalau tadi jadi aku ini tu. Mata aku boleh mati ada kan sekarang ni. Betul kan ada apa sah aku nak cari bulan ni kalau orang itu tiang orang itu ikut tu itu. Namun ni mami kan. Jadi mami lagi ni lagi masuk barang getir kalau mesin je sama tu mesin je kan. Kita ni guna barang tu ANITA. Lagi nanti ANITA mama mesin ni betul jaga mama betul tu ni orang barang. Kita lama itu ni kita apa lagi ni it is good kau begitu. Mau mana era tu bersih. Karena siapa cukup stylish lagi tu. Amami asi cara apa usus tu ni masuk kain dengan ni karena ini radio call asi cukup indo tu guru tu kisi rogo tu asini. Lalu makanya apa sah? Itu yang kami tu ini apa ni itu relasi siapa soal mesti siapa jalan kita berubi ni sisa lasaran. Lalu ini orang itu cuci betul. Asini asi cakap tu ni begitu. Aku na. Aku mau ni baru ni jadi tiga sekolah. Macam ni kita aku biar tahu. Aku mau macam ni kita mau biar bisa. Lain sekali kita sebelum ni kita nak kena tahu nak buat lama. Dia nak apa lama. Orang biskut ni mana? Orang kuat sih. Betul itu je sendiri lokal. Lain dengan kita lama saja. Kita boleh betul itu. Ini tu ni yang tak gua macam Kami utak buat sini macam ni. Mana ramai ni mana data tu. Ini guna pada ni sekitar itu kita benar lakukan. So it is so painful. Why na? Awak work vocation siapa magari guna sini gira aku guna ke. Uma vocation ni macam itu jadi jasko na jadi skor begis. Ini komentar itu kan.
Asal saya nanti.
Itu ni itu kan sami itu mungkin ta. Ini itu ni sini aja tu saya boleh. Dua tu saya ramai jadi sebab begitu kordia. Bahawa saya ni. Kalau kita ni pensiun yang jadi cakap tu kami mau kita pensiun itu tahu bahawa yang kita nampak disability. Kok orang yang disability itu turun kita disability itu mungkin asal ni cakap tu ni jadi cakap tu ni pensiun ni mami. Kuma giro kideza people with disability. Kata mimi ndio tuonje. Ndio tuonje kurete kana. Ndio ni assembly ndio ni yazi chetu kita disability unless umonia lakini kuni disability ndio county. Ndio yazi chetu karaka bichono mlimo gatya kiche. Ndio hata mimi ya mimi tuonje. Ndio ngoja chaja kora. Ina chetu ni kana not kana sorry. Direct class to KDDA. So tebe ya mimi kwa sababu ni ko rent ki ni joti ya legi ni joti chigiri. So ko gili ko ndu ko chele ko rent ya factory shi. La mulu ni shi ti cho ni tu. Na mage. Ye ma si ti ni so mo ni. Mitsina ni ira ta bi direct entiraya. Ni kwa bro mo na la ko ya ti.
Kongo missing saya kamnandet.
Thank you very much.
Asante sana. Kongo ina bayman saya kamnandet. Ako ine mheshimiwa one last question sinyege wangunen betutab raini kokotinge ak tiliandit nemiten en memberkab county assembly ak governor sikosulda boisionik tugul chebo bilishek tos une mheshimiwa tiliandit nemiten en MCAs ak governor.
Asante sana. Kemwa akobo tiliandit nemiten en county executive ak county assembly. Mamuche ale kararan to its mayache ot kele tam kemwoe nige kele mayache malazima ke there's something that tam kemwoe kele noruyo ak chito en kitandet agenge ako your role ko oversight komayokse. So mi kit kora tam kele malazima kechomien. Malazima ne kegun choronok. Kila mtu koyai kityo komostanyi. Kot ko koyai oversight, iyai oversight. Siko ya got oversight ko yo magimi tuan aba kora. Ya magigune choro mi chorwandi na nangoit kotame imache kora ingwerera kile kayai makosa. Lakini mi kit kityo kine kemwoe kele ngemi na ile kikeitu. Mara ak boriosiek chon kikebwa kebunu. Ko kikokopcheet, kikoepchage. Kepchage nyoru MCAs nguno ko mi timit nekikopchage because supporten you ko mi timit nekikolacha magimiyu. Ko kikoko enmity ne anangemwoe kele wongik beyond repair. Kikelege kityo sabchi tugul lege sabte. Amuni ma kingetar boriosiek chu kikimi chikiba impeachment ko makitar akebwan akelong keba ngoki agenge. As much as kikojaribunan both sides kole nongeikun agenge. Aka ko mabeku ki aka mi kinana ngongwanit kot ko masabe ne. Mamoe ne masabe. So in terms of boisionik mamache amagen kiku chorwenyu. In terms of boisionik ko kit netamache matelelen ale ngot ko kakipangan kele keyai chu. It is entirely the role nebo county executive to implement. Malazima ichomon si nyeiwon boisiet yaiwon kasit kou en panganet nekokokinde. Kot ko kokosom raya kole kichobe orani ko matin ko me chorwenyun ko governor anan me chorwenyun MCA kazi ifanyike. Ngot ko kami kasit nekokiyoe koyoche keyai ko ki MCAs ke supporten boisietab executive. Amangu ale en batayon kenyini kobeku ko kiokas wagat nekiit koesio assembly kole kiibe time nenyon ke approven county public service board. Koit kotonoso siretab biik kabisa ne kikitinye nekikoromen around November September nekiibe contract nekibo biik chekimi on contract chekibo chebwagan ki trainers chekikakitrainen en chebwagan akor taken on board about 100 and something. Ko kingokabe contract ko it was about as check and county assembly ke approven kesir because kabek tam nebo public service board ko kiyache kesir on time. Kesirchin governor na ke approven jim kotesta ko advertise na kesir biik alak. Lakini kiki because of boriet nekimi kingengalala nguni koteseta for a gap of about 6 months. Ne mami county service board. Ne ngot ko kami chi ne ache kesir nguni makisir nguni. Until that board is ko kiagere kityo ale kakeibu saiti boriet kotor ko affectene. Ko affecten boisionik che koteseta en Kericho County amun ne kamwa ale malazima kechomien sikotestai kasit. Ngot ko kami kit ne koyoche keyai as per the constitution. Malazima ko achorwengu. Lakini play your lakini kiit kityo ko affecten. Ne kakitiek akine gavana kele amun kokenerekyin ko maki approve nun akinye biik chekemoche. Ko maka ko affecten service delivery en komosin ko anan akine inyoru komosin ba executive kole amun inye ko kiyonate ko mara maki implement ne tuguk e ward ngu ko maka affect ngo. So those are some of the teething challenges che kikenyoru as a county government with barioshek. Amun korong ot boisionik tamamwae en ward nyun anete biik kyuk ale mi tuguk kyanan ot koto kiketar. Lakini en barioshek chu kokebe konyil oeng. Nginam ra kele impeachment kanam ra. Iwendi standstill boisionik en county. Ot kiboitinik ininyoru komakongen chi kole kiyoe ne because testai boriet ara ot kokayoe boriet biik che echen en yu. Yoe assembly akoyoe keyochin executive en yu. Komayokse ki ot barwet nekoyoche kisipto. Makusiptokse. So if we account for the time we have lost as Kericho in the two impeachments, ko kikosafaren mwananchi. Ngebe sikenam line, we take 4 to 5 months. So imagine two times. So me 10 months chikibepuch. Kibabuch. Ot nguni kekose mwoe birindo nan kobiru nguni nebo kamnandet kole tomo kelya. Tomo konam boisionik, tomo keker kiretaisiek. Ko kokimongu en impeachment noi. By the time keweke settlen, sikewek confidence nebo kiboitinik, sikonam any ko advertise boisionik. Kinome this financial year en arawetab 6, 7. Lakini kebe impeachment en September na ki November. Komatakotestai boisionik kiyoche kitangazan ngo. Manae kiboitinik kole wendi gavana gaa konyone nenyone ak kiachik kiambia makemi kasit. So everything stops. So ndeitany nguni departments, they are busy. Ikoitote awards lionen. So angen ale in the next 1 or 2 weeks komi biik site lakini kokichelewan because memuche kora iyokte chito bakoyai kasit without documents. Ako documentation ko chukan che koyoe bichukan. So I know that barioshek chekikeyai en Kericho ko kikelelchi biikab Kericho. Apart from keleljin amangu tol mami chito namuche an kikelelchi kosir chitab Kericho. Amun tinye end results boriet nekikeyai nebo boisionik. So boisiet na boriet nekitestai ngalechon tugul ko effect nenyin ko kasisiek chemaityi biik on time nenin. Amun aini konyo ropta.
The future, Mheshimiwa, nebo Kericho County lies in the hands of the members of the county assembly. What is the future of Kericho?
Yes.
Future nebo Kericho kune?
Kemwa ile it lies on the hands of the county assembly.
Yes.
Amun gotko power nekikikonech as members of county assembly ko kimuche kebutan chito sai nekakimach. Anan keril kitakinginome beshe kikakile mi time neite nemakomi impeachment. Lakini mami en constitution kinemwoe kole mwisho nebo impeachment, for example nebo governor ko betut nekile. Kale imuche ot impeachment ra koron kebendi kebire kura. Meaning it is something ne kikibokokwech as members of county assembly nekimuche keboisien komie anan ke misuse that power. This power nekitinye as members of county assembly nekimuche ke misuse. Lakini amwae kongoi en members of county assembly amun kokeituyan akoita nekingololchinigei icheken kele ikei time ini kokewestern onu ko kine kit age nekitokiyai kosir tuguchu kikiyai. Amun ko realize chi tugul nguni kole we are running out of time. Niitite ground ketebe oret, kitebe beek, kitebe sipitali. Ako nibare iswe komi time nekikiwesten for almost 5 months, 10 months. Keyae chu tuguk ki design kiyae more of legislation kegere kele do we have bills, have we collected revenue, keyae oversight ne nyolu kinyo kebe kewesten a lot of time. So amwane kongo amun kokeita nekingololchinige mangololwech chi nguni kingololchini kakelenige takemae kebe borionon akonyo keonech raya anan kimae kikilgei keyai boisiet in the remaining financial year chetakomi keyoichin biik boisiet. So the future nebo Kericho County, yes, it is in the hands of county assembly members. Lakini amwae kongo amun kokinetkei ki dandan kokinetkei en kingwan nekongwani saiti because kaumia raya niteben ndeteben MCA nguni nebo Kericho kotomo koyai boisiet to the maximum. Ako reasons why ko tuguk chechang kichanga chema concentrated on mau counties cheki focus on development. We cannot compare nguno counties cheki ba ko settle na ko bangange ak chekakiba kabine akobit boriet.
Asante sana Mheshimiwa. Chitab Kalenjin kongoi missing amache kiwangun Mheshimiwa. Ikat kityo biik en secondit agenge asikiwangun kakile kakenge ngetui kwanyik. Situn neketesen tatui. Kotakwanyin kora.
Asante.
Last word kityo akikatisye akiwangu tetutiet.
Asante. Uon kakemwa ng'alek chechang ako kaketinye area sangen ale makitore ng'al. Lakini kou yon kokatinye ale kandoinatet komoe kora kujitolea. Tamamwoe ane ale nitinye kursonon ak itinye kokiletabgei komami kiy neui en nafas nekakikonin emet iyochi boisiet. So where I sit today asome ale ko ki kandoik nafas nekokonech raya nekobo 5 years taketinye kenyinon kemi siasa kayamgei kekurgei ak ketebengei kele ko nenyon serikalit nenyon nesinye serikalini mabo chito age ni yetu ko nenyon serikalit kokiib nafas ainon ke capitalize ak keker kele boisionik chekipcheito en emoni ko kakipcheiwech a bigger share ko ki Kericho for example. Ako kiyoto ko tamamwoe abakora amun anan kelenje nyone president koron. Anerecheni ale kale asole nyone koron komakituye ra keng'alalen kele ingoitu koron. Kemoe kemwochin achon ak achon. Kikonyi kibwoti kele nyone okot komalo next month by March. Lakini ngot komi kit nekoramwa kabisa ko kwalelen matongetach president komakitobote in house korong. Kemwa kele chito nekor kokosich nafas ko addressen president nenyo samutik chokone ko kibureti ko kokile kiyochinigei tuyenyon amun nyone bureti nyone litein kemoe ngotieche litein president ko tabu nekimwoe nebo beek nekamwa biik tugul kole makitinye beek ekas biik kyuk aeng kikabir simoit ko tabu kone beek ng'alalenyu tugul kanilyon ndakikonu rabisiek kiyoe ne beek ako angen ale ng'alechu kimwoe tugul komi solution. Ako solution kityo ko resources. Ndanyone ra president akole ainet ainon nekokoim akolyan. Akelenji ndetarwech isetan aside page chebo itare iseparate Bomet ak Kericho ak indewe milionisiek cheten kole akoik dedicated line nenyone Bureti ko kaketuo. Ako kingen kele muche. Simataki struggle ak 5 million 10 million ichu kobo wardit keyome kebirun beek chemamukokse chemoe 100 200 million. So kinomwoe kityo ko where we are today as leaders. Ako angen ale kimwoinigei kila ketinye responsibility neo ketapen resources chebo national government. Amache amwa kongoi en kandoik chekotinye nafas chanan imwoe ng'olyon kole ikere kakoit because tinye ra sautit akichek chemuche kuadressen our president akole kosome biikab gaa. Lakini kingen kele mi kit nekikemwa kora ako motinit amun mwa saiti ko nebo sipitali nekibore referral hospital. Inguni nimach kanyoiset nenin mama nikomwa ale kichongoni 1.2 million ko komi Kenyatta. Kikawa aker 2 weeks ago kotomo kibet. Awa aker en Kenyatta hospital. Kinait sipitali noto atebengei kabisa ale sikomi sipitali neteni koroni nekayai kebwan kemong'unen Kericho. Iwe kilometers ata icheng'ate kerichek. Ko kalya simakitinye en gaa. Kalya simami gaa. Nguni mimai kora kerichek kanyoiset nenin iwendi Eldoret. Kalyan sikenam sabarishek chechang chetenju chealdoi kit korong osisi chebo oret tom kinyae kekoite ki korong sikobit 1,000 ikomboan karit komutin. So ngot komi kit nomoche ayan ale kitore raini ketinye kandoinatet nebo emoni ko ng'alekab sipitali. En kenyisiek chechang ko ki benefiten areas alak en tekset nebo sipitalishek. Ako kayamgei ra mabetut age anan osinye komi non kemwoe kebar tun. Noni kora it is either now anan keutien because this is the time we have our leadership in 10 years. Ketinye president nenyo. So angen ale that is our responsibility ko kikondoik. Ako chitugul kotinye chitugul sipitali. Ndakai referral Kericho yu kou kikemwa sinye nekit kenyisiek ak kelele nyone referral. Lakini koita nekilele makemai kele nyone kimoe ground breaking kinam tekset raini. So that in the next 7 years chetokotindo president en tayu keequipen akoi ka hospital nekakikasengei en gaa en Kipsigis amun nonito kobunjin Kipsigis otherwise ko kongoi.
Mang'alal akobo kotab gaa mheshimiwa ngamun kanetare inyone ako kakeng'alal kabisa.
Amache ale kongoi. I think nafas ni netai ne inegen nekanyoru keityin ak biik amun this is a TV station nekose chito nomi ng'weny ireu. Chito nenomi gaa nema chito neloo. Ako amache ale kongoi amun kanoitu kora akose some good news kele we are expanding Sima ko kora nebo Rift Valley inegen. Lakini it's going to be some a station nekimuche kowachenech biik akot en countrywide. Ako mache amwa kongoi ngokilen ngwong nebo ke. Ako kingen kele kitinye county government en yuto kurkatiru. Ako part of a way of empowering stations chebo gaa ko kimuch kekonon platforms kora en county government. Nama encourage na kora ale ocheng nafas akonyo tuye ak the department nenyon en yu sikeker kele yon tesetai projects how kikonundo kono platform asomuch kora o share ak biik kyok boisionik chekikotestai kokosom ale aloncheni project nebo ketarwet nebo beek ko ngot kotinye officers chekwak chebo field kobwa kora sikimuch si ngalek alak chekakimwoe en ireu ko mai ngalek buch anyiny chon kibore anyiny buikut lakini mami boi kinyo kesharen kora kele as a follow up en tuguk chekikamwa mheshimiwa ko kakibe raini koloncheni project nebo beek baibai kot asante sana
kongoi mising situn mheshimiwa nyakengalal whether you pressed an abstain button sitebile but where kongoi mising kitab college siketestai en betut age niton ko KOOK en kotab Gaa television nekimokele toletab college kongoi mising mheshimiwa itagat ko kenyen betut age sanyeketestai ikat biikab Chemosot ikat Kericho county tugul en kasarta age tugul kongoi mising kitab college nekebiru simet nekesir message nekesibechen komosta age tugul kemwoe kele kongoi mising siketestai tugul testai isib tetutik tugul chebo ketesioni amun toletab college kongoi mising kainenyun ko Titus Rop.